No, more. It should be green like this.
Hi, can you hear me? Hi, can you hear me? Hello? Oh, okay, give me 1 second.
This is going to be for the Mandarin interpreter.
Mandarin? Okay.
Okay, so we're going to split that headset between the two interpreter matters?
Yeah, so once he's done, the Spanish interpreter will dial in.
Oh, do you know?
And then
So-
and then
okay.
they'll just handle it.
All right, so I'm going to do the initial preamble and the victim's rights twice. They're going to have to hand over, and then it'll have to go back to the Spanish interpreter again. Because we'll start off with the Spanish interpreter matter. But is the Mandarin interpreter remaining on the line?
The Mandarin interpreter on the line.
Okay.
She has it, so it'll be the first.
Do you want the Spanish first?
So I'll start with the preamble and the victim's rights with Mandarin. We'll switch to Spanish. We'll keep Spanish on the line for the first matter. And then I'll move the Mandarin matter up to the second so we can get that out of the way right after the Spanish matter. So we'll have to ping pong it back and forth.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
No, because we would have to hang up with the Mandarin interpreter
Well, we only have one headset.
and one phone line.
Yeah.
You have to do one at a time.
Okay. So
Good afternoon.
I need to do the Mandarin preamble and victim's rights, Spanish preamble, victim's rights, call the Spanish matter, hang up with Spanish, and then have Mandarin stay on. So we can then call the Mandarin matter after that, right?
We can do that if you want, but right now we have, who do we have? We have Mr. Lim on the line.
Okay.
So we proceed with him first. And then we'd have to have Martin call if you wanted to do it that way.
Oh, okay, so you're saying do preamble and victim's rights, call the Spanish matter, have them hang up,
The Mandarin matter.
do the Mandarin matter.
Yeah, and then,
Have them hang up, and then do it all over again for Spanish.
yeah. I
Okay.
know it's not ideal, but with the whole
Okay.
So we'll say interpretation.
All right, we can do it that way.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
No, hold on. Stay seat.
Good afternoon. This is the 2:00 p.m. initial appearance calendar
Your Honor,
for...
I need to be sworn in as well.
Do you swear or affirm that you're going to give a full and accurate translation of the matter about to be heard in the Mandarin language?
Yes.
Thank you. Good afternoon. This is the...
One.
Will the interpreter please mute until we're ready to call? Good afternoon. This is the 2:00 p.m. initial appearance calendar for December the 15th of 2025. The court's orders for the taking of DNA and fingerprints that were given at the first calendar date of this month shall apply to all matters on this calendar. I am now going to read the victim's rights advisement. If you are the victim of a crime with a case pending before this court, you are advised that you have rights under Arizona law that, among others, include the right to be treated with fairness, respect, and dignity, to a speedy trial, to be present at court proceedings, to choose whether or not to be interviewed by the defendant or the defendant's attorney, to be heard before the court makes a decision on the release, negotiate the plea, scheduling, and sentencing, and to receive restitution from a person who is convicted of causing you loss. If you've not already been provided with a written statement of all victims' rights, please contact the Victim Services Division of the Prosecutor's Office. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to call a couple of interpreter matters first, so please bear with me as we get those handled. Thank you for your patience as we work our way through these matters. With that, I will call number 5, Yuan Ding, to the podium first. Thank you.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Please tell me your name and your date of birth.
My first name Wai.
Please wait for the interpretation.
My first name Yuan. Last name Ding.
Please wait for the interpretation. And answer in Mandarin after you receive the interpretation.
Okay. 好的。
Please go ahead. Tell me your name and your date of birth.
丁元。1988年12月23号。
I think the interpreter's microphone may be muted.
Sorry about that. Okay, December 23rd, 1988.
And the name, please?
你的名字再说一次。
丁元。
丁元。
Thank you very much. We're here today on a Superior Court new case.
新案件。
On one allegation of aggravated assault, a Class 4 felony. For which I have found probable cause for the allegation. I am appointing counsel to represent you through the Maricopa County Public Defender's Office. You have 2 court dates coming up at the downtown Superior Court location. The first is on December the 30th of 2025 at 8:30 in the morning. The second is a preliminary hearing on January the 2nd of 2026, also at 8:30 in the morning. Do you promise to appear for those court dates?
我可以保证。我会出庭。
I guarantee I will be appear.
Then, based on the defendant's promise to appear, it's ordered releasing the defendant to the supervision of pretrial services. Ma'am, what you're going to need to do, once I release you, is contact the telephone number for the pretrial services department. Their contact information is going to be contained in an envelope that you're about to receive in your paperwork. You'll need to report to them before your next court date. Your other release conditions will be reduced to writing, but I'll go over them with you now. Do not initiate contact with the alleged victim. Do not initiate contact with an arresting officer. Do not possess drugs without a valid prescription. Do not possess or consume alcohol. Do not drive a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license. And continue to provide the court with proof of your local address. Do you have questions for me?
No. 没有了，我知道了，就是
No.
说的这些我知道了。
Oh, I understand. That's all.
All right, thank you very much. Please step to your left.
好，谢谢，请到你的右手边。
Mr. Lim, I believe that's our only Mandarin interpreter matter. However, can you make a call to the gallery to see if we have any other Mandarin interpreter matters?
Sure. Your Honor, is it the same number that you just give me?
No, not a literal call, but can you ask the gallery who can hear you in the courtroom if there are any other Mandarin interpreter matters?
哦，请问你这边还有没有其他的需要中文翻译的？
Seeing no hands. Thank you, Mr. Lim. You may
Okay,
disconnect.
thank you. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye bye.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Hernandez, we are going to do the same thing, but with you. So let's go ahead and get Mr. Vasquez the headphones. Make sure, is Mr. Vasquez able to hear the interpreter? Are you able to hear? Are you able to hear the interpreter, Mr. Vasquez?
Yeah.
And Mr. Hernandez, are you able to hear me?
I can hear the court, Judge, but I'm not getting a response from the defendant.
Okay, let's try again. Mr. Vasquez, can you answer in Spanish, yes or no, whether or not you can hear me and hear the interpretation as it's being provided to you?
Sí.
Okay, Judge, I got it. Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Vasquez, thank you for your patience today. I need to read a couple of things so that you understand some of the nature of the proceedings that we're doing today. Again, this is the 2:00 p.m. initial appearance calendar for December the 15th of 2025. The court's orders for the taking of DNA and fingerprints that were given at the first calendar date of this month shall apply to all matters on this calendar. I now need to read a victim's rights advisement. If you are a victim of a crime with a case pending before this court, you're advised that you have rights under Arizona law that, among others, include the right to be treated with fairness, respect, and dignity, to a speedy trial, to be present at court proceedings, to choose whether or not to be interviewed by the defendant or the defendant's attorney, to be heard before the court makes a decision on release, negotiation of a plea, scheduling and sentencing, and to receive restitution from a person who is convicted of causing you loss. If you've not already been provided with a written statement of all victims' rights, please contact the Victim Services Division of the Prosecutor's Office. All right, Mr. Vasquez, thank you for your patience. Let's get started on your initial appearance. We're here today on two cases. The first is a Superior Court bench warrant, and the second case is a Justice Court warrant out of the El Centro Justice Court. As to the first matter, you're on one count of possession of dangerous drugs, and I'm going to appoint the Maricopa County Public Defender's Office to represent you on that matter. You have two court dates on the Superior Court matter. The first is on December the 22nd, the first on December the 24th of 2025 at 8:30 in the morning at the Downtown Superior Court. Your next court date on the Justice Court warrant out of Elf Central Justice Court is December the 17th of 2025 at 8:30 in the morning. As to bail, I'm setting bail in the amount of $700 in the Superior Court case and $50 on the Justice Court case for a total of $750. Secured appearance may work with a bail bondsman should you decide to do so. As to counsel on the Justice Court case, given the nature of the charge, I'm not appointing counsel. However, if you wish to retain counsel at your own expense, you may. Other release conditions to include: do not possess weapons, do not possess drugs without a valid prescription, do not possess or consume alcohol. Other release conditions will be reduced to writing in the paperwork you're about to receive. Do you have questions, sir?
No.
All right, thank you very much, sir. Please step to your left. Mr. Hernandez, I believe that is the last interpreter matter that's on calendar, but can you please make a call to the gallery?
Yes, sir. Buenas tardes. ¿Hay alguien más en la sala que necesite intérprete de español? Levante la mano, por favor, si hay alguien más que necesita intérprete de español.
Seeing no hands. Thank you, Mr. Hernandez. You may be excused.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. We'll now proceed to number 7, Adrian Rodriguez, to the podium. Number 4, David Worley, to the chair. Good afternoon, sir. Please tell me your name and your date of birth.
Adrian Rodriguez, 07/29/2000.
Thank you, sir. We are here on 2 cases. One is a Superior Court new case. The other is a probation violation bench warrant. As to the first case, there are 4 counts. The first is, this will be a reprint. Need to fix something here. That is, if it will let me do it. As to the first case, we're here on 4 allegations, and that should be saved and ready to print. We're here on 4 allegations. First, possession of narcotic drugs for sale, Class 2 felony. The second, misconduct involving weapons, Class 4 felony. The third, possession of drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony. The fourth, obstruction, Class 2 misdemeanor. I found probable cause as to all 4 allegations against you. As to the other matter, this is a probation violation. I'm appointing the Public Defender's Office to represent you as to both matters. And you have court dates coming up on both cases. The first is going to be December the 22nd of 2024 at 8:30 in the morning. As to both of your cases, as to just the new case, you'll have another court date on December the 24th of 2025 at 8:30 in the morning. As to your new case, I'm setting bail in the amount of $10,000 secured appearance in the event that you are released. You'll have to report to pretrial supervision through pretrial services. However, as to the probation case, I'm holding you without bail because this is a post-conviction case, and I find that there's a likelihood of sentence of imprisonment in the event of conviction in the new case. Therefore, I'm holding you without bail on the probation violation matter. In the event that you are released, do not possess weapons, do not possess drugs without a valid prescription, do not possess or consume alcohol, and contact your probation officer within 72 hours of release. Do you have any questions, sir?
No.
All right, thank you very much. Please step to your left. Number 4, David Worley, to the podium. Number 6, Joni Case, to the chair. Good afternoon, sir. Please tell me your name and your date of birth.
David Worley, 6/29/1981.
Thank you. We're here on a Superior Court new case on 4 counts. The first, burglary in the 3rd degree, Class 4 felony. The second, possession of burglary tools, a Class 6 felony. The third, theft, a Class 1 misdemeanor. The fourth, criminal trespass in the 2nd degree, a Class 2 misdemeanor. I found probable cause for all of those allegations. I'm appointing the Public Defender's Office to represent you in this matter, you have 2 court dates coming up at the Downtown Superior Court. The first is December the 22nd, 2025 at 8:30 in the morning. The second is December the 24th of 2025 at 8:30 in the morning. As to the issue of bail, I'm setting bail in the amount of $7,500 secured appearance. In the event that you do post bail, I'm ordering that you submit to the supervision of pretrial services. Do not return to the scene of the alleged crime. Do not possess weapons. Do not possess drugs without a valid prescription. Do not possess or consume alcohol. Other release conditions will be reduced to writing in the paperwork you're about to receive. Do you have questions, sir? No. Thank you very much. Please step to your left. Number 6, Joni Case to the podium, and I believe the other 2 are house calls.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Good afternoon, ma'am. Please tell me your name and date of birth.
Joni Case, April 25th, 1988.
Thank you very much. We're here today on a Justice Court warrant out of the South Mountain Justice Court on 3 allegations.
What?
2 allegations of driving under the influence and 3 allegations of driving under the influence. This is from 2022. This is a post-adjudication warrant.
Yes.
Given the nature of the charge, I'm not appointing counsel. However, You're free to retain counsel at your own expense should you decide to do so. You have a court date coming on December the 31st of 2025 at 9:00 a.m. At the South Mountain Justice Court.
Okay.
Do you promise to appear?
Yes.
Thank you. Then, based on the defendant's promise to appear at the arraignment hearing, it's ordered releasing the defendant on her own recognizance, that is, with a promise to appear. If you fail to appear, a warrant could issue for your arrest.
Okay.
Other release conditions will be reduced to writing in the paperwork you're about to receive. Do you have any questions?
No, that's it.
All right. Thank you very much. Please step to your left.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. It is noted that the remaining matters on the 2 o'clock calendar, number 1, Carlos Varela, number 2, Salim Saeed, are not present in the gallery. Officer, is that because both of them currently pose a danger to self or others and are unable to attend the initial appearance in person in the courtroom here today?
Correct, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you. And based on the eval, I'll proceed with the initial appearances on both matters without Mr. Barella or Mr. Saeed here in the courtroom. However, I will be proceeding cell side as soon as we're finished here to conduct the initial appearances in person cell side with them live. In the event that there are any changes to the court's release orders, any changes will be reflected in the written orders themselves and not on the audiovisual feed here today. Therefore, proceeding to number 1, Carlos Barella, mark number 1 on the calendar. This is a Superior Court new case on 4 allegations: possession of a weapon by a prohibited person, Class 4 felony; possession of dangerous drugs, Class 4 felony; resisting arrest, a Class 6 felony; and possession of drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony. Found probable cause for all 4 allegations, and I'm appointing the Public Defender's Office. There are 2 court dates coming up on December the 22nd and 24th of 2025 at 8:30 in the morning at the Downtown Superior Court. I'm setting $25,000 secured appearance bail in the event that the defendant is released. I'm ordering pretrial supervision with drug testing and monitoring. Other release conditions reduced to writing that will be provided to Mr. Barella at the cell side in-person initial appearance. Proceeding then to number 2, Salim Saeed, date of birth 12/23 of 1964. This is a Superior Court new case on 1 count of aggravated assault, Class 5 felony, for which I found probable cause. I'm appointing the Public Defender's Office. There are 2 court dates coming up on December the 22nd and 24th of 2025 at 8:30 in the morning at the Downtown Superior Court. I'm setting bail in the amount of $2,000 with pretrial services, monitoring, and drug testing and monitoring. In the event that the defendant posts bail, other release conditions will be reduced to writing to be provided to Mr. Saeed at the cell side initial appearance and not on the live audio video feed here today. With that, that brings us to the end of the 2 p.m. initial appearance calendar for December the 15th of 2025. We will stand in recess.
Hi. Giselle, I cannot hear you on the phone.
Okay, I can hear you over the intercom.
Hey, Giselle, I heard you there when you picked up, but then I don't know if the mic is getting turned off. I'm still on the line, but it sounds like the mic is getting turned off.
Yeah, I'm trying to turn it on my end, but it's just not doing what it needs to do. I'm gonna try again.
Okay, I'll hang up and call you. Hello? Hello?
I'm gonna call my lead real quick. I don't know what's going on with the headset.
I can hear you now, the headset.
No, this isn't the headset. I put it on speaker.
Oh, gotcha.
All right, so I'll just hang up for right now, and then I'll have my lead come over.
Okay, cool.
Okay, thanks.
All right, thank you. Hello, Fran. So we are almost ready, but the headset isn't working. Like, I'm pushing all the necessary buttons, but it keeps saying power off. And I'm not turning it off because it's already off. For the headset. I can't even hear him through the headset. Because it's showing the green light now, but then when I pick it up to answer him, como se corta, and it was saying power off when I picked it up. Okay. Okay.
Anything on the paperwork?
1 second.
Yep. I hope that's the guy. The one with the afro braid. He wouldn't leave him, he kept like bothering them. Yeah.
No.
No. Yes.
I don't know if this maybe is one of the business or something. I don't think I'll put it like that. It's just good. It is. I don't know how to get it. I know, I didn't connect you, but it was that. I just brought it yesterday. The training had an issue earlier. I think
Nothing yet. No, I can't.
Can you call back one more time, please?
Yes.
Thank you.
Copy. I can't hear you.
Okay, I think we're just gonna do it the old-fashioned way.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
No, she just kept on like, she called, no, the road, the tree, and she was like, you know what I call? This one down, how like, connected, kind of.
No, I would circle that one.
We're gonna have to do it the old-fashioned way. That's what the word is. The commissioner will be on her way shortly.
Okay. No, it hasn't been in order at all. All right. Stand up. All right, stand up.
Please be seated. Okay. Good afternoon. This is the 5 p.m. initial appearance calendar for December 15th, 2025.
Buenas tardes, esta es la lista de comparecencias de las 5 de la tarde de diciembre 15, 2025.
The court's orders for taking of DNA and fingerprints that were given on the first calendar of this month shall apply to all matters on this calendar.
La orden judicial sobre la toma de muestras de ADN y huellas dactilares emitida en la primera lista de comparecencias de este mes también aplican a las causas de hoy.
As you heard in the recording, this is a very specific type of hearing.
Como ya escuchó en la grabación, esa audiencia es una audiencia específica.
I will tell you why you are here and if an attorney has been appointed for you.
Le informaré por qué se encuentra aquí y si se le ha nombrado un abogado para que le represente.
I will tell you when and where your next court hearing will be.
Le informaré cuándo y dónde será su siguiente audiencia.
If you are eligible for release today, I will review your release conditions and bond amount with you.
Si usted reúne los requisitos para que se le ponga en libertad, voy a repasar con usted la fianza si se requiere y también sus medidas cautelares.
I will not read all your release conditions to you. That is your responsibility.
No le voy a leer todas sus medidas cautelares, esta será su responsabilidad.
But I may point out a few depending on what type of case you have.
Pero posiblemente le señale algunas dependiendo del tipo de caso que usted tenga.
You're all here on criminal matters, so you do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say or do may be held against you.
Se encuentra usted aquí con causas de lo penal. Se le recuerda de que tiene el derecho a permanecer silencio y que cualquier cosa que usted diga puede ser usado en su contra.
I will only ask you for your name and your date of birth.
Únicamente le pediré que me diga su nombre y su fecha de nacimiento.
These hearings are being broadcast live and they are being recorded.
Esas audiencias se están grabando y se están reproduciendo en vivo.
There may be victims viewing the live feed, so I am going to read the victim's advisement.
Puede que hayan víctimas quienes están observando en vivo, así es que leeré el aviso referente a los derechos de víctimas.
If you are the victim of a crime with a case pending before this court,
Si usted es la víctima de un delito en un caso pendiente ante este tribunal,
you are advised that you have rights under Arizona law.
se le informa que usted goza de derechos según la ley de Arizona,
That among others include the right to be treated with fairness, respect, and dignity.
que entre otros tiene el derecho a un trato justo, respetuoso y con dignidad,
To a speedy trial, to be present at court proceedings, and to choose whether or not to be interviewed by defendant or defendant's attorney.
a un proceso sin demora, el derecho a estar en todas las diligencias y a decidir si es que se permite que el inculpado o su abogado le entreviste a usted.
To be heard before the court makes a decision on release, negotiation of a plea, scheduling, and sentencing.
A declarar antes de que un juez tome determinaciones referente a la puesta en libertad, negociación de un convenio y la imposición de la pena.
And to receive restitution from a person who is convicted of causing you loss.
Y a recibir resarcimiento por parte de la persona quien es responsable de inferir los daños.
If you have not already been provided with a written statement of all victims' rights, please contact the Victim Services Division of the Prosecutor's Office.
Si no ha recibido una guía escrita de los derechos de víctimas y ofendidos, sírvase a llamar a la sección de servicios para víctimas y ofendidos de la Fiscalía.
Okay. We'll now begin the hearings. Mr. Facuna Garcia, please come to the podium.
Ahora empezaremos las audiencias. Señor Facundo García, por favor pase al podio.
Please say your name and your date of birth.
Por favor diga su nombre y su fecha de nacimiento.
Facundo García García, del 27 de noviembre del 1993.
Facundo García García, November 27th of 1993.
Thank you. You're here today for a new court case.
Gracias. Se encuentra usted aquí en un nuevo caso.
It is alleged that you committed one count, aggravated driving under the influence, which is a Class 4 felony.
Se afirma que usted cometió el ilícito de conducir bajo los efectos y agravante, un delito categoría 4.
One count, driving under the influence with a combination of drugs and or liquor, alleged as a misdemeanor.
Un punto acusatorio de conducir bajo los efectos con una combinación de drogas y o licor, cual es una falta.
One count, driving with a blood alcohol level of 0.08 or more.
Una acusación de conducir con una concentración de alcohol en la sangre de 0.08 o más.
One count, extreme driving under the influence with blood alcohol level up to 0.2.
Una acusación de conducir bajo los efectos con una concentración de alcohol en la sangre de una concentración hasta 0.20.
And one count, extreme driving under the influence with a blood alcohol content of 0.20 or more.
Y una acusación de conducir bajo los efectos con una concentración en la sangre de 0.20 o más.
This court did find probable cause and appointed an attorney to assist you.
Esta juez determinó que existen motivos fundados para vincularlo a las acusaciones y ha nombrado un abogado para que le represente.
Your next hearing will be downtown Phoenix on December 22nd at 8:30 in the morning.
Su siguiente audiencia será en el tribunal en el centro de la ciudad de Phoenix a las 8:30 de la mañana el día 27 de diciembre.
You are eligible for release today with a secured appearance bond of $5,000.
Usted reúne requisitos para que se le ponga en libertad bajo una fianza con garantía en la cantidad de $5,000.
If you are able to pay that, you will be tested randomly for illegal drug and alcohol use.
Si es que usted puede depositar esto, se le harán pruebas aleatorias por uso de drogas y alcohol.
This will give you a chance to prove to the court that you can remain sober.
Esto le dará la oportunidad de que usted le pruebe al tribunal de que usted puede permanecer sobrio.
Okay. Please review the other release conditions if you're able to pay the bond.
Por favor, estudie las otras medidas cautelares si es que puede usted depositar la fianza.
If you cannot pay the bond, you will stay in custody and be transported to your hearing.
Si usted no puede depositar la fianza, quedará detenido y se le transportará a su siguiente audiencia.
And then the next judge may change these orders.
Y es posible que el siguiente juez cambie estas órdenes.
Okay. Please take your paperwork and have a seat.
Por favor, tome sus papeles y tome asiento.
For the interpreter, could you please ask our gallery if anyone else requires Spanish language by raising their hand?
Yes, Your Honor. Buenas tardes. Si es que usted requiere la asistencia del intérprete en español, levante su mano.
Okay. Seeing no response, we thank you for your service today.
You're welcome. Thank you.
We'll now begin with the rest of the hearings in English. As you may have heard me tell the first defendant, once I've given you the information, the next judge at your next hearing may change these orders. And so if you're not able to pay the bond amounts that are set, you'll stay in custody and you'll be transported to your next hearing. I'll call the next defendant to come to the podium here in the middle, and I'll say a second person's name to have a seat by the door. So Mr. Philip Higgins, please come to the podium, and then Angel Anaya, have a seat by the door. Please say your name and date of birth.
Philip Monroe Higgins, 9/28/94.
Thank you. So you're here today on 5 matters. We'll start with your new matter. So your new case is alleging that you committed shoplifting as a Class 4 felony. This court did find probable cause and appointed an attorney to assist you. Your next hearing will be downtown Phoenix, December 22nd at 8:30 in the morning. Because you were on felony release in a different matter, you are not eligible for release today. So even though your other 4 matters have bond amounts on them, don't pay them, you will not be let out. You will have an evidentiary hearing also on the 22nd at 1:30 in the afternoon to discuss whether or not you could be eligible for release. But that will be decided downtown on the 22nd. So your other matters are, one of them is failing to appear to a status conference. That's on that other felony release matter. You have an attorney in that case. Bond is set at $500. Your next hearing again is the 22nd at 8:30 in the morning. So they will get you between the courtrooms from your new case to your old case to discuss this. Then you have another failing to appear. Again, it's a $500 bond. You have an attorney already in that case. All right, your 4th matter is, again, it's a probation case. So again, it's a $500. It's still on the 22nd. And then on your last one, it is a probation case. So it looks like you have a variety of cases. They're all set for the 22nd. Make sure you speak up and are transported between the courtrooms so you don't get another failure to appear warrant, so that you can get to the various places you need to be. It'll all be on your paperwork, including your attorney's phone number. Okay, please have a seat. Angel Anaya, please come to the podium. Maxine Y, have a seat by the door. Right here in the center. Please say your name and date of birth.
Angel Anaya, July 21st, 2007.
Thank you. You're here today on a new case. It's alleged that you committed 1 count of narcotic drugs in your possession for sale. That's a Class 2 felony. 1 count narcotic drugs just in your possession as a Class 4 felony. 1 count drug paraphernalia as a Class 6 felony. 1 count liquor in a minor because you're under 21, and 1 count of liquor open container, and those are both as misdemeanors. This court did find probable cause, appointed an attorney to assist you, and your next hearing is downtown Phoenix, December 22nd, 8:30 in the morning. You are still eligible for release today, but based on the quantity of substances found and your history, it is a cash-only appearance bond of $50,000. If you are able to pay that bond, you'll be released with electronic monitoring, and make sure you review your other release conditions. Again, if you're not able to pay the bond, you will stay in custody and be transported to the hearing, and the next judge may change these orders. Please take your paperwork and have a seat. Maxine Y., please come to the podium. Frank Cervantes, have a seat by the door. Please say your name and date of birth.
Maxine White, January 15, 1987.
Thank you, ma'am. You're here today on 2 matters. The first one's a new case. It's alleged you had 1 count of dangerous drugs in your possession for sale, which is a Class 2 felony, 1 count narcotic drugs in your possession for sale, a Class 2 felony, and then the same dangerous and narcotics just in your possession as Class 4 felony, 1 count of possession of a weapon in a drug offense, which is a Class 4 felony, and then 1 count of drug paraphernalia, that's a Class 6 felony. This court did find probable cause and appointed an attorney to assist you. Your next hearing is downtown Phoenix, December 22nd, 8:30 in the morning, and your bond is set at $20,000 secured appearance bond, so you may use a bail bondsman. If you are able to pay the bond, you will have electronic monitoring, and please review your release conditions. If you're not able to pay the bond, you'll stay in custody and be transported to your hearing. Your other matter here today is an arrest warrant, and this was from a direct complaint. So you were arrested back on January 8th of this year for theft of means and forgery and release. They have now filed charges, and they sent out a complaint that you did not receive. So when you were picked up, there was a warrant for you. You do have an attorney appointed to assist you. Your next hearing is, again, December 22nd, but it's in a different courtroom, so make sure you have your paperwork to show you need to go both places. And it's at 8:30 in the morning. On that one, it is a $500 secured appearance bond. Ma'am, I need to caution you, if you had come through here on that direct complaint prior to these new allegations, you would be in a similar situation to that other individual where you would not be eligible for release at all under the rules. And so I couldn't even set a bond for you. So if you ever have a new felony now that you're out on release, there's no bond allowed. Okay, please take your paperwork and have a seat. Frank Cervantes, please come to the podium. Jahil Meki Illis, please have a seat by the door. Please say your name and date of birth.
Frank Cervantes, June 17, 1997.
Thank you, sir. You're here today on 1 probation violation warrant, and the other one is an arrest warrant. So we'll do the arrest warrant first. It is alleging that back in 2024, there was theft of means, taking in prohibitive articles into a jail, drug paraphernalia, dangerous drug, and burglary tools. So these are various felony classifications. They will be written out on your paperwork. An attorney has been appointed to assist you. Your next hearing is December 22nd, 8:30 in the morning, and it's a direct complaint. So that means you were arrested, you were released, and now the state has brought charges, and it is a secured appearance bond of $5,000 for that matter. Your other matter here today is your probation violation warrant alleging that you violated terms 3, 5, and 6. So an attorney has been appointed to assist you. Again, your hearing is December 22nd, 8:30 in the morning in a different courtroom. It's actually on a different floor, so make sure you get to both. And on this one, you are eligible for release with a $100 secured appearance bond. If you're able to pay your bonds, call your probation officer and go to both hearings. If you're not able to pay your bond, you'll stay in custody and be transported to your hearings. Please take
The
your
first one, this is a $5,000 security bond. Is it 500 and collateral, or is it 5,000?
That's between you and a bail bondsman.
Okay.
Okay. Please take your paperwork. Thank you, sir. Jalil Meki Ellis, please come to the podium. Randy Wools, have a seat by the door. Please say your name and date of birth.
Lil Makai Jean Ellis, 2004, 523.
Okay, and thank you. I apologize for mispronouncing your name.
You're good.
You're here today on a new case. It was alleged you committed 1 count of burglary, and that's a Class 4 felony, and then 1 count of criminal damage as a misdemeanor. This court did find probable cause and appointed an attorney to assist you. Your next hearing is downtown Phoenix, December 22nd at 8:30 in the morning, and you are eligible for release. It is under a secured appearance bond of $5,000, and you would have electronic monitoring. If you're not able to pay, you'll stay in custody.
Okay.
Please have a seat. Thank you, sir. Randy Wool, please come to the podium. Mary Moore, have a seat by the door. Please say your name and date of birth.
Randy Wool, 8/15/91.
Thank you, sir. I see that you are all in orange today. Are you here being transported from a DOC facility?
No, from Towers.
Okay. All right. Just making sure. So you have 4 matters in this hearing today. We'll just go through each one. The first one is an arrest warrant. This is from allegations that happened in, let's see, June 1st of this year. It's alleging criminal damage as a Class 4 felony. So you were arrested, possibly released, or maybe in custody on something else? No? You were not out in the world on June 1st of this year?
Yeah, I was out, but I got arrested. I had no contact with police.
Okay.
Not until the 17th when I was arrested this time.
Okay. So apparently they're alleging that on June 1st you committed criminal damage, Class 4 felony. It appears that they're bringing the charges against you now for that offense date. So an attorney has been appointed to assist you. Your next hearing, they're all going to be December 22nd, 8:30 in the morning. On this direct complaint, the bond is set at $2,500 secured. Your next matter is a probation violation warrant, and that's alleging a Term 1 violation based on that alleged offense that the complaint is on. So I've set a $50 placeholder to make sure you get transported to your probation violation hearing. And then the other 2 are the same. So you have 3 probation violation warrants. I set $50 bonds to make sure you go to those hearings. Otherwise, you just have that direct complaint. So if you are in custody, don't pay your bond, right? If you still have time remaining. If you run out of your time, then if you paid your bond, make sure you get yourself to those 2 hearings, the new one and the probation violations. Call your probation officer within 72 hours. Okay, your attorney's phone number is also on your paperwork. Please take your paperwork and have a seat. Mary Moore, please come to the podium. Jose Lopez, have a seat by the door. Mary Moore, oh, she fell asleep. Miss Moore? Miss Moore?
Moore.
Okay, Miss Moore, thank you. Right here in the center. Hello. Please say your name and your date of birth.
Mary Moore, 12/17/69.
Thank you, ma'am. You're here today on 2 matters. The first one is a new case. It's alleged that you had dangerous drugs in your possession, which is a Class 4 felony. This court did find probable cause and appointed an attorney to assist you. Your next hearing is December 22nd at 8:30 in the morning, and there is a secured appearance bond set for you at $2,500 in your new case. Your other matter here today is a probation violation warrant. Again, an attorney has been appointed to help you. It's on the same day, December 22nd at 8:30 in the morning, but it's in a different courtroom. So make sure you show the officers that you need to go 2 places. On this one, it's alleged you violated terms 3 and 5, and there's a $250 bond set. If you're able to pay your bond, so that's $2,750 total, call your probation officer and go to both hearings. If you're not able to pay your bond, you'll stay in custody and be transported to your hearings. Please take your paperwork and have a seat. Thank you, ma'am.
Have a nice day.
You too. Jose Lopez, please come to the podium. Richard Wallace, have a seat by the door. Please say your name and date of birth.
Jose Lopez, 10480.
Thank you, sir. You're here today on an arrest warrant. So it appears that on July 9th of this year, you may have had dangerous drugs in your possession. That's a Class 4 felony, drug paraphernalia as a Class 6 felony, and you may have committed criminal trespassing. So you were arrested and released, and now the state has brought charges. An attorney will be appointed to assist you. Your next hearing is December 22nd at 8:30 in the morning. You are eligible for release under a $100 secured appearance bond. If you're able to pay that bond, make sure you go to your hearing or they will issue a warrant for your arrest. Please take your paperwork and have a seat. Richard Wallace, please come to the podium. Placido Valencia, have a seat by the door. Please say your name and date of birth.
Richard Dwayne Wallace, 07151981.
Oh, can you say your date of birth again?
They've been telling me it's a mistake all day. It's I think it says 73 up there, but it's 1981.
Okay. You said 071581?
Yes, ma'am. Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. All right, I'm going to make a note of it. I don't know if I'll be able to correct that, but I appreciate you letting me know. Yes, thank you. Do I need to re-sign?
No.
Okay, thank you. Sir, you're here today on an arrest warrant. It's alleged that back in, let's see, October 25th of 2023, you may have taken the identity of another person. So you were arrested and released, and now the state has brought charges. An attorney has been appointed to assist you. Your next hearing is downtown Phoenix, December 22nd at 8:30 in the morning. You are eligible for release under a $100 secured appearance bond. If you're able to pay the bond, make sure you get yourself to that hearing. They will issue a warrant for your arrest if you do not appear. If you're not able to pay the bond, you'll stay in custody and be transported there. Please take your paperwork. Thank you, sir. Placido Valencia, please come to the podium. And then Elijah Elam, have a seat by the door. Please say your name and date of birth.
Placido Francisco Valencia, 11/3/1985.
Thank you, sir. You're here today on a new case. It's alleged that you committed one count of aggravated driving under the influence as a Class 4 felony. This court did find probable cause, appointed an attorney to assist you. Your next hearing is downtown Phoenix on December 30th at 8:30 in the morning. You are going to be released today under pretrial services with random illegal drug and alcohol testing. Make sure you take advantage of that to show the court you can be sober.
Thank you.
Okay.
I appreciate it.
Please take your paperwork and have a seat. Elijah Alam, please come to the podium. Alana Soto, have a seat by the door. Please say your name and date of birth.
Elijah Elam Jr., 8171.
Thank you, sir. You're here today on a new case. It's alleged that you had a weapon and you're a prohibited possessor, and that's a Class 4 felony. This court did find probable cause and appointed an attorney to assist you. Your next hearing will be downtown Phoenix on December 30th at 8:30 in the morning, and you are going to be released today under supervised release. Please remember, until you get this matter cleared up, no weapons, okay? All right, go ahead and have a seat. Yep, it's okay. Go have a seat. Thank you, sir. Alana Soto, please come to the podium. Please say your name and your date of birth.
Alana Soto, 7/19/2002.
Thank you, ma'am. You're here today on a new case. It's alleging that you had dangerous drugs in your possession. That's a Class 4 felony, and that you caused some criminal damage as a misdemeanor. This court did find probable cause and appointed an attorney to assist you. Your next hearing is downtown Phoenix on December 30th at 8:30 in the morning. You are being released today on your promise to go to that hearing. Also, though, you are not to go back to the scene of the alleged crime. So if that is where you live, you will need to find somewhere else to live between now and the 30th. We could move the hearing up if I set a $50 bond. Would that be beneficial to you?
Yeah.
It would? Okay. I wondered about that. I understand this might be a misunderstanding, but you'll have to go through the court process in order to clear it up.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do is I am going to set a secured appearance bond. And actually, I'll just set it for $25.
Thank you.
Okay, so what I've done is I've set a $25 secured appearance bond. That moves the hearing up to December 22nd at 8:30 in the morning.
Okay.
But between now and then, you're not to return to the scene of the alleged crime. Do you have, do you need to go there for medication, IDs, clothing, or do you have that on you right now?
I have, well, my medication's at my house.
Is it at that location?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, you're going to have to reprint again. I'm sorry. Let me add in a civil standby real quick.
So you're saying I can't live at my house?
That's right. So what I am adding, though, is a court order that will allow you to return one time with law enforcement. So you have to call your local law enforcement first, and they may escort you one time, and you can pick things up like medication, identification, clothing that you'll need between now and then, but you're not allowed to stay there. Not until the next judge hears the merits and makes a decision. And if an order of protection is issued against you, you would have to follow that court order as well.
Okay.
Okay, I think it's ready to go. Okay, yeah. So, and just to caution you, if you were to contact the victim without law enforcement, it could be considered aggravated harassment. That's a Class 6 felony, so you don't want to run afoul of that situation.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, I think it's all good. Okay, thank you for your patience and good luck with your matter. All right, that should be all the people we had in the gallery. Now we just have house calls. I'll read those into the record, or excuse me, into the recording. So Miss Rochelle Bridges, she is not able to be in the hearing because of NASW, date of birth 1/10/1978. She has one new case alleging aggravated domestic violence, Class 5 felony and criminal damage. An attorney has been appointed, and her next hearing is December 22nd at 8:30 in the morning. On this new matter, she does have a $2,500 secured appearance bond set. Her other two matters are probation violation warrants, and in those warrants, she has $50 bond set, an attorney appointed, and they're also December 22nd. I have included extensive no contact and no return orders in her paperwork, including a civil standby if necessary. I will explain to her that if she's not able to pay the bond, she'll stay in custody and be transported to all her hearings. The other person is Carol Enos, and she is having inappropriate behavior. She's here on 3 matters. All 3 of them are probation violation warrants. It's alleged she violated terms 1, 3, and 5. She has an attorney in all 3, and her next hearing is December 22nd, 8:30 in the morning. And she has bonds on all 3, and they are $250, $100, and $250. So $600 total. I will explain to her she needs to call her probation officer within 72 hours if she is released, but otherwise she'll stay in custody and be transported to her hearings. It is not my intention to return to this recordings. If there are any changes, they will be reflected in the written orders at this time, the 5 p.m. initial to her hearings. It is not my intention to return to this recordings. If there are any changes, they will be reflected in the written orders at this time. The 5 p.m. initial appearance calendar is in recess until 8 p.m. Please be seated. Good evening. This is the 8 p.m. initial appearance calendar for December 15th, 2025. The court's orders for the taking of DNA and fingerprints that were given on the first calendar of this month shall apply to all matters on this calendar. As you just heard in the recording, this is a very specific type of hearing. I will tell you why you are here, if an attorney has been appointed for you, when and where your next court hearing will be, if you are eligible for release, what the release conditions may be, and your bond amount. I will not read all your release conditions to you. That is your responsibility, but I may point out one or two depending on the matter that you're here for. You are all here for criminal matters, so you do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say or do may be held against you. These hearings are being broadcast live as well as recorded. I will only ask you for your name and your date of birth. We may have victims watching this live stream, so I am going to read the victim rights advisement and then we'll start with the hearing. If you are the victim of a crime with a case pending before this court, you are advised that you have rights under Arizona law that, among others, include the right to be treated with fairness, respect, and dignity, to a speedy trial, to be present at court proceedings, to choose whether or not to be interviewed by the defendant or defendant's attorney, to be heard before the court makes a decision on release, negotiation of a plea, scheduling, and sentencing, and to receive restitution from a person who is convicted of causing you loss. If you have not already been provided with a written statement of all victims' rights, please contact the Victim Services Division of the Prosecutor's Office. We'll now begin the hearings. I'll call you in one at a time. When I call your name, please come stand in the center of the room at the podium. I'll call a second person's name. Please have a seat right there by the door. We'll begin with, oh wait. Okay, thank you. We'll begin with Daniel Batista. Please come to the podium in the center of the room. And then Marcus Fuller, Please have a seat right there by the door. Okay. Please say your name and your date of birth.
Daniel Batista, 5/12/92, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. You're here today on a probation violation warrant. It is alleged that you violated term 3, 5, 7, and 13 of your probation, and that you failed to self-surrender for a 90-day deferred jail term at the beginning of this month. So you do have an attorney appointed to assist you. Your next hearing will be December 22nd at 8:30 in the morning downtown Phoenix. Under Arizona Criminal Rule 7.2C, you are not eligible for release today, so you will be held in custody until then. The judge at your December 22nd hearing may change this order. Please take your paperwork and have
Okay, I was real quick, Your Honor, I was just wondering if you got my motions. I put in motions and letters, and I was wondering if there's a supplemental report.
Let me check the docket. One moment, please.
Yeah, please, because, you know, if there was a supplemental report from the probation office, this is a case, I have an active CPS case, and it's just not right what's going on. I've done everything I can to, you know.
So your motion is in the docket, just so you know that it was filed.
I know, it was.
Oh, okay, so it looks like it was filed on December 5th, and it was included in the docket. It has not been ruled on yet. Instead, there is a status conference that's been set. Your status conference is set for December 29th on that motion. So you're going to see them sooner on December 22nd.
Okay, all right, thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, please have a seat. Marcus Fuller, please come to the podium. Anthony Witt, have a seat by the door. Please say your name and your date of birth.
Marcus Fuller, 1/29/1986.
Thank you, sir. You're here today on a new case. It's alleged that you committed 2 counts of aggravated assault with a deadly or dangerous weapon. It's a Class 3 felony. 1 count of possession of a weapon by a prohibited person. That's a Class 4 felony. This court did find probable cause and appointed an attorney to assist you. Your next hearing is downtown Phoenix on December 22nd at 8:30 in the morning. You are still eligible for bond, but it is a secured appearance bond of $150,000. That was the state's recommendation. This court did find it appropriate because of the elevated risk to victims and witnesses for intimidation or retaliation. If you're able to pay this bond, you would be released with electronic monitoring, and that would restrict where and when you may go places. You may not have contact with the alleged victim. Even if they contact you first, just don't talk to them until after your next court hearing, because that may be a violation of the no victim contact order, and that would be considered aggravated harassment. Did you have an attorney on your case? No. Okay. If you are not able to pay the bond, you will be held in custody and you will be transported to your next hearing, and the judge then can change these orders. So your attorney's phone number is on your paperwork.
Okay, what's the next date you said?
It's December 22nd, and I am getting a lot of feedback, so somebody who has joined us needs to mute their microphone. Thank you. Okay. Did you have a further question, sir?
I do. In regards to the bond, is there a way that it can be lowered? Because that is extremely high right now, and with my circumstances, with taking care of my kids, I take care of my baby during the day, and my wife takes care of her at night.
Okay.
This is extremely caught off guard. Mesa PD scared me and my family last night with tasers, all kind of stuff, with the military force that they brought, which was out of just heated argument.
So based on the law enforcement report, this court found probable cause that these allegations may be true. It's not been decided yet. The state then made a recommendation which this court did find appropriate. So that is going to be the order of the court for today, but the next judge may change these orders, so you will see a judge again on the 22nd. And your attorney's phone number is also included on your paperwork, and you can discuss with them as well. Okay. Please take your paperwork and have a seat, sir.
There's nothing that I can do to keep my job.
This is going to be the order of the court at this bond. It is secured, so you are able to use a bail bondsman if that's a possibility for you, but that's between you and them in the detention center.
All right.
Okay, thank you for your time. Anthony Witt, please come to the podium. Kyle Blevins, have a seat by the door. Okay. Some things went out of order, but that's okay. Please say your name and your date of birth.
Tony Wicks, 5/25/66.
Thank you, sir. You're here on a new justice court case. It's alleged that you were driving on a suspended, revoked, or canceled license. An attorney has been appointed to assist you, and your next hearing is at the Hasayampa Justice Court on December 19th at 8:30 in the morning. You are eligible for release under a secured appearance bond of $15,000. That's based on past DUIs. So if you're able to pay that bond, you are able to go to that justice court hearing, or they'll issue a warrant for your arrest. If you're not able to pay the bond, you will stay in custody and be transported to the hearing, and the next judge can change these orders. Please take your paperwork and have a seat. Kyle Blevins, please come to the podium, and then German Para, have a seat by the door. Please say your name and date of birth.
Kyle Blevins, 4/20/86.
Thank you, sir. You're here today for a grand jury warrant. It's alleged that on August 22nd of 2025, you may have had dangerous drugs in your possession as a Class 4 felony, and then drug paraphernalia, which is a Class 6 felony. So the grand jury found probable cause and issued a warrant for your arrest. They set the bond as well. The next hearing for you is December 23rd at 8:30 in the morning. It's a not guilty arraignment, and again, you will have an attorney to assist you. Your bond is set at $7,500 secured appearance bond. If you're able to pay that bond, make sure you go to your hearing, or they will issue another warrant for your arrest. I see that you're all in orange. Are you being held on something else?
I'm actually, it's page 2.
Okay. So if you have taken care of your other matters and you're eligible for release, you could pay the bond. But if there's anything that's holding you, double check that first, because you don't want to pay a bond and then not be eligible for release.
I understand, yeah. I do have other pending, but I've checked with all those, and I'm going to take care of those bonds as well.
Okay, I just wanted to give you fair.
No, I appreciate that. Thank you.
All right. Please take your paperwork and have a seat. German Para, please come to the podium, and then after that will be Andrew Baxter. All right, and I believe we do have an attorney here for Mr. Para. Would you like
Yes,
to announce?
Yes, Your Honor. Good evening. This is Belén Olmedo Guerra on behalf of my client, Germán Parra.
Okay, thank you, and I apologize for misstating the name. And then for the state.
Good evening, Your Honor. Ashley Stetson on behalf of the state.
Thank you, ma'am. Okay, and so Ms. Bella, did you want to be heard on both probable cause and release conditions, or just the release conditions?
Release conditions, Your Honor, and the state, if they could explain what are they requesting in terms of a warrant, of a bond?
Okay, so we'll go through the process. Sir, you're here today on a new case, and it's alleged that you may have committed 1 count aggravated assault on a first responder. That's a Class 3 felony. 1 count unlawful flight from law enforcement. That's a Class 5 felony. 1 count resisting arrest with physical force. That's a Class 6 felony. And then 1 count of criminal damage alleged as a misdemeanor. This court did find probable cause, and now we have appointed an attorney for you, but I do realize you have hired one for this initial appearance. Since we don't have a court clerk here, ma'am, Ms. Bella, if you decide to continue on with this case, you'll need to file your notice of appearance with the court clerk at Superior Court. If you don't, for some reason, continue on together, that is why this court does appoint an attorney, just in case, so that to make sure you are represented. So
Judge, we're fully retained for the case. We will file the NOA with the court, but we're fully retained.
Okay, good to know. Good to know. Okay, So go ahead for Ms. Stetson. I did review the state's request on the release conditions, but it sounds like they would like some more information.
Yes, Your Honor, and the state just did send in an updated amended recommendation a few minutes ago. The state, having reviewed the Form 4 a little more closely, did send an amended request. I was having problems with my email, and that's why I didn't get it out until a few minutes ago. But I can go through it, Your Honor.
Actually, I'll just, Ms. Bella, did you get the new one as well?
Your Honor, I don't have her email.
Oh, okay. Then yes, Ms. Stetson, if you will please announce the state's recommendation.
Yes, Your Honor, thank you. Your Honor, the state is requesting that bond be set in the amount of $100,000 secured, with the defendant not to possess any firearms, no direct or indirect contact with the victim, do not return to the incident location, electronic monitoring due to this being a violent crime, not to consume alcohol or any ingest or use any illegal substances, house arrest, and curfew. The reason for this, Your Honor, is, as Your Honor has reviewed the Form 4, the allegations in this case are quite concerning, Your Honor. The suspect was allegedly stopped due to a suspected warrant by the trooper. The trooper did make contact with the suspect, who he then confirmed the identity and confirmed that the suspect did have a warrant for assault. At the time, the trooper, the victim, Your Honor, was attempting to take the suspect into custody when the suspect began to fight with the trooper. It's alleged that the suspect first kicked the trooper in the groin and then punched the trooper in the face with a closed fist, Your Honor. As the trooper was the only law enforcement officer at the scene at the time, Your Honor, there was concerns. During this time, the trooper was attempting to take the suspect into custody. He did attempt to put the suspect on the hood of the vehicle. At that time, Your Honor, the suspect gouged the trooper's eyes. The trooper's contacts did come out. The trooper was unable to see, putting him in a dangerous position, Your Honor, because he was unable to see. Because of this situation, the trooper then attempted to deploy his taser. That was unsuccessful. At that time, the suspect was able to get back in his vehicle and flee, Your Honor. In the Form 4, there was the trooper was asked what he was thinking during the time of the fight, and the trooper stated that he was concerned that the suspect might grab his taser or firearm during the assault, which could have resulted in the suspect shooting or tasing the victim. Obviously, great concerns for the victim. The state would also like to note that fleeing from an officer is, at its very nature, a concern for failing to appear. Based on allegations, there's obviously a resisting there. The suspect also does have a history of assault. He was at warrant at the time for an assault, and therefore there is more concern for him due to his assaultive history, but the fact that he will not appear, the fact that he will take whatever means necessary to not appear, Your Honor. The state does believe that $100,000 is appropriate. This was an incident from October, Your Honor. The state would like to note that despite law enforcement having a dangerous job, Your Honor, law enforcement does have the right to be able to go home to their family and friends safely at the end of the day. So that is why the state is asking for the bond that it is. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. Ms. Bella.
Yes, Your Honor. I think that maybe coverage is not aware of the circumstances So, my client, Herman Parra, and his family privately retained my services because he wanted to turn himself in. And so he wanted to turn himself in. I met with him. We had to get him mentally stabilized because he was off his medications. And that is what created this case. Herman suffers from severe mental health conditions, and it was a great effort. I accompanied him today to the Department of Public Safety for a self-surrender with Detective Karuba, and we scheduled that a week ahead so Herman could get stabilized. His mother and brother came with him to turn himself in. I think that what the state is saying that he could flee and all of that, that is very much negated by him trying to get himself stable, hire me to help him, and we successfully did the self-surrender this morning at 9:34 a.m. at the Department of Public Safety. Nope, don't say anything, Herman. I'm speaking for you. So Herman did not know he had a warrant from anywhere at the time where he was pulled over. Unfortunately, because he was off his medications, he misunderstood the deputy and he feared for his own life, which in his mind, that was going on at that time. So Herman is now really committed to getting himself stable. He's on the medications. He does need to be surrounded with his support network, which is his mother and his brother. So $100,000 for somebody who voluntarily turned himself in today sounds excessive. That is to ensure that he is going to appear at the next court hearing, and he will appear. He turned himself in today. The family is ready to gather their means and work with the bail bondsman. So we're asking a reasonable bond of a secured bond of $20,000 that is going to allow the family to maintain his mental stability. Locking up someone who has mental health issues is going to worsen. And right now I have clients who have been waiting for weeks that are not getting their medication. They're not seeing the psychiatric nurse inside the jail. So the bond is supposed to be to ensure that the person is going to appear at the next hearing. And they've already invested money in hiring me and for him to turn himself in. I am certain that he's going to continue with his mission to continue his stability mentally so he can appear at all court hearings. So we're asking the court to take all the mitigating factors. All his roots are here. His family's here, his mom, his home, they're all here in the valley, so he has no reason to flee.
Thank you, counsel. Okay. So what I do consider is ARS 133967B. It is the 15 different factors that I need to consider when setting bond and terms of release. Those have been addressed by both the state and by counsel for the defendant. I am concerned about the danger that he does pose to others in the community, so there will be bond set. And I am concerned about the lack of taking the medication at that time when this may have occurred. And so I appreciate your addressing those factors, that he is returned to taking the medication and has family support. That is very important.
Judge,
So
I'm sorry, I forgot to add one thing, that he learned he needed medication since this case. So he got evaluated by a psychiatrist since this case. So he didn't know he needed medication. He didn't know he had a mental health condition until this case. So he wasn't taking it because he didn't know he had a condition. Sorry about that.
Thank you for the clarification.
Yeah.
All right. So, let me change that. One more thing. I'm going to take the attorney off since she said she is going to assist throughout. Yeah. Okay. So the next hearing is set for December 22nd at 8:30 in the morning. There will be a secured appearance bond set at $20,000. You are going to be released with electronic monitoring with curfew restrictions that will restrict when and where you can go places. You are not to have any contact with the alleged victim, witness, or complainant in this case. You are not to possess any weapons, any drugs without a valid prescription. You're not to possess or consume any alcohol. You must take all medications that you have been prescribed by your doctor. You must obey terms of order against harassment that might be issued prior to the next hearing, because that may happen too. This court did review the multiple Form 4s as well as both states' recommendations and finds that this is the most appropriate release conditions. Is there anything else from either counsel?
No, Your Honor,
Okay,
thank you.
Judge,
Thank you.
what was the state's previous recommendation?
50,000, and then it had gone to 100,000.
Okay, and could I have your staff please email me a copy of the release conditions? I would really appreciate that.
I believe they're in the list, yeah. So you'll get emailed from the court. Okay.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you.
She'll provide you with more information when you have a chance to talk to your attorney again. Okay? Please have a seat.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, the next matter is Andrew Baxter, and then after that will be Naomi Dana. Please say your name and your date of birth.
Andrew Baxter, 5/2/75.
Thank you, sir. And I believe state is appearing on this. Thank you.
Yes, Your Honor. Ashley Stetson on behalf of the state.
Thank you. So I have reviewed the Form 4 in detail, and I have reviewed the state's recommendations. You're here today on a new case. It's alleged you committed one count of aggravated assault, domestic violence, impeding breathing. That's a Class 4 felony. One count disorderly conduct, one count assault with intent to injure, one count criminal damage, and one count of threatening or intimidation. Those are all being alleged as misdemeanors. This court also did receive a victim statement and has reviewed that as well. You are being appointed an attorney to assist you, and your next hearing will be downtown Phoenix on December 22nd at 8:30 in the morning. The victim statement, I did review it in detail, and I would like to give the victim an opportunity to speak if they would like to do so. Please let me know. This would be your chance. Okay, hearing nothing from the victim room, I will take the statement as it was written and we will proceed. From the state, would you like to speak in addition to what you've already submitted on your recommendation?
Yes, Your Honor. The state does have additional information that was learned after reviewing the Form 4. The state did reach out to the arresting agency with questions about the alleged strangulation. The state spoke to the sergeant on duty. He did review all the narrative as well as all supplements that were provided or written by law enforcement. This is the information that the state had. The state would also note that it also read the victim's impact statement. The victim advised law enforcement while this was going on that she was short of breath when the suspect was allegedly wrapping his arm around her neck from behind. The officer noted, the victim also stated that it was painful to breathe, and it was difficult to swallow. The officer observed that the victim had a bloody nose. The victim stated when the alleged strangulation was going on, there was pressure on her chest. She also told law enforcement that she thought she that the suspect might kill her. So that's in addition to what was in the Form 4, and that was learned after the state submitted its written recommendation. But the state stands by this written recommendation and requesting what was outlined in the written recommendation. So thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you, counsel. So you don't have an attorney here today, and I understand it's very tempting to want to talk about the merits of the case, but really we're just actually going to discuss release conditions. And the things that I have to consider in release conditions, there are 15 factors. I have to consider the view of the victim, the nature of the circumstance as it is charged, whether or not you had any prior arrests or convictions. I have to look at evidence that you may pose a danger to others, the weight of the evidence. I need to look at your family ties, your employment, your finances, your character. I need to know whether or not there was any type of substance abuse going on at the time that may have impacted what may have happened. I also need to look at your length of residence in the community, your record of arrests and convictions, and then your record of appearances, whether or not you failed to appear to past hearings, and whether you're here in the United States legally or illegally, and whether or not your residence is actually in this state or somewhere else. So those are all things that I have already considered. If you do want to say something, it should be about one of those 15 things. Is there something you would like to add about one of those type of things? Okay, all right, because anything you say or do may be held against you, and since we're just talking about release conditions, I wanted to let you know exactly what it is I have to consider. So today I have considered what was provided by the law enforcement report. I have heard the state's recommendation. I have also read the victim statement. Unfortunately, I cannot order things like treatment or counseling or any type of mediation here. That's just not something I have authority to do. But what I can do is I am going to set bond. So you can use a bail bondsman in order to be released. I am going to affirm the $50,000 that the state requested due to the nature of the allegation. If you are able to make that bond, you will be released with drug and alcohol testing under PSA monitoring and an electronic monitoring device because it was domestic violence. You're not to go back to the scene of the alleged incident or have any contact with the alleged victim or witness or complainant. No weapons, no drugs, no alcohol, don't possess it or consume it. You can't have contact with the victim, even if they initiate it, just ignore them until your next court hearing, which is December 22nd, 8:30 in the morning. Just ignore any contact until then. The next judge can change these orders. You may, though, go one time, because I understand this is your residence, so you may go back one time with local law enforcement to retrieve things like your identification, clothing, or medication that you need between now and your next hearing date. So that is a court order. If you're not able to pay the bond, you will stay in custody and then you'll be transported to your hearing, and then the next judge can change these orders. And you do have an attorney, and their information is on your paperwork.
Is that a bond that is, I can't think of the word.
It's called secured appearance bond, so you may use a bail bondsman. Yes.
Does that mean you get that money back?
Yes.
Okay.
As long as you go to all your hearings. Yes.
Is it possible to lower it at all? I start work on Thursday, and if I miss my work, I'm going to lose my job because I was actually out for 3 months on short-term disability, going through mental things with divorce, and so I've just gone back to work. So if I'm not able to go back to work Thursday, and I feel like the bond is a little high,
it is a significant bond. Your reaction is correct that it is significant, but it's based on what was alleged, the offenses that were alleged. Okay. If you, so you will be held until December 22nd if you're not able to pay the bond.
And how does
the next judge at the next hearing can change this.
How do I go about getting a bond for?
In the detention facility, they have phone number for bail bondsmen, and you can call them and arrange it.
Okay.
Okay? All right. Thank you, sir. Please take your paperwork and have a seat. And for the state, I don't think you have any other matters you're appearing on. Is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor. Can I be
Okay.
excused?
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
All right, we'll continue on. Naomi Dana, please come to the podium, and then Bradley Daly, have a seat by the door. Please say your name and your date of birth.
Naomi Dana, January 15th, 1995.
Thank you, ma'am. You're here on 5 different matters. I believe, though, let's see, 4 of them are probation violation warrants. Excuse me, all 5 are probation violation warrants. So we'll start with the biggest one. This one is alleging that you violated terms 3, 4, 5, 7, and 15. An attorney has been appointed to assist you on all of these warrants. All your hearings will be December 22nd at 8:30 in the morning. Your bond amounts, the highest one is $1,000, and then the other ones are $100, $250, $750, and another $100. So altogether, it's $2,200 secured appearance bond.
How much again?
$2,200 secured appearance. If you're able to pay the bond, call your probation officer and go to your hearing. If you're not able to pay the bond, you will stay in custody and be transported to the hearing. The next judge may change these orders.
Okay.
Please take your paperwork and have a seat.
Can I say something real quick?
Yes, you may.
I know that she violated me because I didn't go to treatment, but I did go to treatment. I was trying to get into treatment. Like, I was actively, like, really going in there. I had gone there multiple times.
Yeah, and I do appreciate that argument that you are putting in the effort to comply with your probation. I am not a probation judge, and these warrants are set by the probation judges. So when you get to see them next week, please make sure you discuss that with them and your attorney.
Okay, because my PO knows I was there on Saturday. Like, I just read it last Friday. I had to leave because they wanted me to medically cleared.
Okay, and these are all still valid warrants. They haven't been quashed, so they are going to be carried out.
Okay.
Okay, thank you for your time. Bradley Daly, please come to the podium. Kay Hull, have a seat by the door. Please say your name and your date of birth.
Bradley Daly, 10/20/84.
Thank you, sir. You're here today on 2 matters. One is a probation violation warrant, and it is alleging that you violated or you didn't go to your non-witness violation hearing on January 22nd of this year. So you already have an attorney in this case. Now you have a new hearing date, December 22nd, 8:30 in the morning. It is a $1,000 bond. Your other matter here today is an arrest warrant, and it is alleging that on November 27th of 2024, you had narcotic drugs in your possession and drug paraphernalia in your possession. So on that one, a new attorney has been appointed for you. Your next hearing is also December 22nd, and there is a $750 secured appearance bond set.
So I can get out today?
$1,750. If you're able to pay your bonds, call your probation officer and go to both your hearings. They're on the same day, but they're on 2 different floors of the courthouse. So if you're able to pay your bonds, just make sure you go, because otherwise they'll issue a warrant for your arrest. Okay?
Okay.
All right, please have a seat. Thank you, sir. Kay Hull, please come to the podium. Excuse me, K.C. Hull. And then Stephanie Mann, have a seat by the door. Please say your name and date of birth.
Casey Hall, North Sound Lady.
Thank you, sir. You're here today on 3 matters. It looks like they are all probation violation warrants. They are alleging you violated terms 3, 4, and 5 of your probation. An attorney has been appointed to assist you, and your next hearing is December 22nd at 8:30 in the morning. You are eligible for bond, and when I add them all together, it's $1,550 altogether for all 3. If you can pay that bond, call your probation officer and go to your hearing. If you cannot, you'll stay in custody and be transported to your hearing. Please have a seat. Thank you, sir. Stephanie Mann, please come to the podium. Vanessa Juarez, have a seat by the door. Please say your name and your date of birth.
Emily Ann Mann, 12/21/77.
Thank you, ma'am. You're here today on 2 probation violation warrants. One is for not going to a witness hearing, and the other is also for not going to the non-witness violation hearing. It looks like they're both from February 2025. So you have an attorney in your case, and your next hearing is December 22nd, 8:30 in the morning. They each have a bond. The first one is $750. They're both $750. So together that's $1,500. If you're able to pay that bond, call your probation officer and go to your hearing. If you're not able to pay the bond, you will stay in custody and you'll get transported to the hearing. The next judge may change these orders. Please take your paperwork and have a seat. Thank you, ma'am. Vanessa Juarez, please come to the podium. Omni McGriff, have a seat by the door. Please say your name and date of birth.
Vanessa Juarez, 3/31/87.
Thank you, ma'am. You're here today on 2 matters. The first one is an out-of-county warrant. So it looks like you have a failure to appear from Pima County. An attorney will be appointed for you at your next hearing at Pima Consolidated Justice Court on December 18th at 8:30 in the morning. They did set, and this court will affirm, a $500 secured appearance bond for that Pima County warrant. Your other matter here today is another out-of-county warrant, again Pima County, and it's also the 18th. Let me just double check that. Yes. So they're both Pima County. They're both, this one's for shoplifting and criminal trespass, a few things from 2024. It's also a $500 warrant. Your attorney will be appointed for you there at Pima County, and it's the same day, same time. If you can't pay these bonds, you'll stay in custody and be transported down there. If you can pay the $1,000 total, make sure you go or they will issue another warrant for you. Okay, please have a seat. Omni McGriff, please come to the podium. Brian Jones, have a seat by the door. Please say your name and date of birth.
Swank McGriff, December 3rd, 1999.
Thank you, ma'am. You're here today on 2 matters. The first one is a new case. It's alleged that you had dangerous drugs in your possession. That's a Class 4 felony. Narcotic drugs in your possession. That's a Class 4 felony. And then drug paraphernalia. That's a Class 6 felony. This court did find probable cause, appointed an attorney to assist you, and your next hearing is downtown Phoenix, December 22nd at 8:30 in the morning. On your new matter, there's a secured appearance bond set of $150. And then your second matter here today is an arrest warrant. So your arrest warrant is from October. You were arrested for the very same allegations October 10th of this year, but then you were released. Now the state has brought charges. An attorney has been appointed to assist you, and the hearing is on the same day and time. It is a cash-only appearance bond set by the court at $800. So if you are able to make that bond, so together that's $1,050, but part of it's cash, the other part's secured. If you're able to make that bond, make sure you go to your hearings, or they will issue warrants for your arrest. If you are not able to make the bond, you will be held in custody and transported to your next hearing. Okay, please take a seat. Thank you, ma'am. Brian Jones, please come to the podium. Anthony Campos, have a seat by the door. Please say your name and date of birth.
Brian Jones, 8/24/1980.
Thank you, sir. You're here for a probation violation warrant. It's alleging that you failed to contact the court and you were sentenced to probation, but you didn't show up for it. So you had an attorney in this case already, and you still do. Your next hearing is December 22nd. It is a probation revocation arraignment hearing at 8:30 in the morning. So what they might do is they might restart your probation at that time.
I was sentenced to probation. I was on probation for like almost 2 years.
So that is what the warrant says. There is a minute entry order from July. So maybe they sentenced you in absentia. You know, that might be what happened. You'll need to go and talk to them about what went on there. You do have an attorney in your case,
Okay.
so they'll be there. and you are still eligible for release. It's a cash-only bond, though, of $550.
Okay.
If you're able to pay the bond, make sure you go to your hearing. The information will be on your paperwork.
Okay.
If you're not, then you'll stay in custody and get transported there.
Okay, yeah, 'cause as far as I know, I was, on probation, and I did, what was it? Yeah, I was on probation for a long time.
So, and I don't have any documentation of that, but I do show that they issued a probation violation warrant for you after you got sentenced. So you'll have to go and discuss it with them.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, sir. Please have a seat. Anthony Campos, please come to the podium. Randy Coleman, have a seat by the door. Please say your name and your date of birth.
Anthony Campos, 12/23/1995.
Thank you, sir. You're here today because you failed to go to your status conference on October 9th. So you have an attorney in this case, and now you have a new hearing December 22nd, 8:30 in the morning downtown.
Okay.
You do have a secured appearance bond of $500. If you're able to pay that bond, make sure you go to your next hearing or the bonds will just get bigger. If you're not able to pay the bond, you'll stay in custody and you'll be transported to your hearing. Please take your paperwork. Thank you, sir. Randy Coleman, please come to the podium. Ernest Rodriguez, have a seat by the door.
Hi, how are you?
Hello, please say your name and your date of birth.
Randy Coleman, 9/17/88.
Thank you, sir. And you're actually here on a family court matter.
Yes, ma'am.
So you are here because of a child support arrest warrant, and it is a purge amount of $320.
Okay.
If you pay that bond, or that purge, you will be released. There are no conditions to your release. However, you do have a hearing coming up. Your hearing is on December 18th at 10 a.m. If you're not able to pay the bond, you'll stay in custody and you'll be transported to the hearing.
Yes, ma'am. The misunderstanding came when they sent me a summoning to court for December the 16th at 9:30 in the morning.
That's tomorrow.
Okay, so that was when they sent me a summoning for, and I was picked up on December the 11th. So I didn't see how I had a warrant out for my arrest if they had given me a summoning for December the 16th at 9:30.
Well, the warrant that I'm looking at is back from November.
Okay, well, I had just made
So there
bail.
might be multiple, but right now your release conditions, they issued a warrant on November 14th,
Mhm.
and then they issued this child support warrant on November 17th. I don't know when it was served on you. I don't see the other summons that you're talking about in this case. Do you have more than one case?
No, this should be it. I do have it on my cell phone that is in my personal belongings.
Right, I understand. So this warrant, though, it is still valid.
Okay.
So if you can pay the amount, please go to your hearing, both of them, I guess, since you've got two. They'll probably cancel the other one when you go to the one tomorrow if you're able to pay.
Okay.
But I can't guarantee that, so please do go to any hearings you've been summoned for.
Okay.
Yeah,
And what is the bill set at?
$320.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you.
Please have a seat. Thank you. Ernest Rodriguez, please come to the podium. William Marrier, have a seat by the door.
Good evening, Your Honor.
Good evening. Please say your name and date of birth.
Ernest Rodriguez, 7/20/79.
Thank you, sir. You're here today on an arrest warrant. So what happened is it looks like in June of this year, you were arrested for narcotic drug possession, which is a Class 4 felony, and drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony. You were released, and now the state has brought charges. I've appointed an attorney to assist you. Your next hearing is December 22nd at 8:30 in the morning. There is a secured appearance bond of $100. If you're able to pay that bond, make sure you go to your hearing, or they'll issue another warrant for your arrest. If you cannot pay the bond, you'll stay in custody and be transported to the hearing.
Okay.
Okay, please take your paperwork and have a seat. William Marrier, please come to the podium. Sequoia Cole, have a seat by the door. Please say your name and date of birth.
William Marrier, March 29th, '07.
Thank you. You're here today on a new case. It was alleged that you committed one count of discharging a firearm within the city limit, which is a Class 6 felony, one count of disorderly conduct with a weapon, which is a Class 6 felony, one count of having liquor in your body being under 21 years old, that's a misdemeanor. Based on the law enforcement report, this court did find probable cause and appointed an attorney to assist you. Your next hearing will be December 30th at 8:30 in the morning. Sir, I did look at your criminal history and I saw that you don't have any. And I also saw that you cooperated with law enforcement when they arrived at your apartment. I did see that you were impaired. So, your release conditions include pretrial services supervision in order to assist you to make sure you get to that next hearing, or they will issue a warrant for your arrest that does have a bond amount. Your other conditions include no contact with the alleged victim, witness, or complainant, so your downstairs neighbor, no contact. Upstairs. Okay. Also, from now until your next hearing, no weapons.
Yes,
Don't possess them, don't be around them, okay?
If I have one question. If they're in my father's name, is he allowed to possess them in the household, or does he have to move them somewhere?
You can't be around weapons.
Okay.
So if you live with your dad, maybe you should live somewhere else until the next hearing date. Because that's up to you to be responsible to not be around any weapons until you see the next judge.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. No drugs without a valid prescription. No alcohol. You're not 21. Also, if an order of harassment is issued against you by your neighbor, you need to make sure to follow it.
Yes, ma'am.
I have included that you may go to and from your own apartment if you're permitted to do so by the apartment management, as long as you don't linger, loiter in any common areas like hallways, patios, stairwells, parking lots. So, do you live with your father at that location?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So if there are firearms or other type of weapons there, then you might want to find somewhere else to live. But as long as you just maybe go get your necessary items, don't linger or loiter. You know, you don't need a civil standby is what I'm trying to tell you.
Yes, ma'am.
You don't have to have law enforcement escort you there.
Yes, ma'am. So, I don't have any sort of vehicle. So say I need to walk to the store or anything, how does that work with
You can walk to the store, just don't loiter. Don't loiter in the hallways, the patios.
Oh, no, ma'am. What about with other complexes? Say I'm with a friend and I'm walking around with a friend in another complex.
So you need to talk to your lawyer about the intricacies. What I'm telling you is you can go home if there's no weapons there.
Yes, ma'am.
And you don't interact with the alleged victim.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So the rest you can figure out or talk to your attorney and their phone numbers on your paperwork.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Please take your paperwork and have a seat.
Thank you.
Sequoia Cole, please come to the podium. Bradley Faber, have a seat by the door. Please say your name and date of birth.
Sequoia Cole, 9/20/92.
Thank you, ma'am. You're here today on an alleged criminal trespass in the first degree in a residential structure that's a Class 6 felony. This court did find probable cause and appointed an attorney to assist you. Your next hearing is downtown Phoenix on December 30th at 8:30 in the morning. You are going to be released today under pretrial supervision, but you do have strict no-contact orders. No returning to the scene of the alleged crime, no contact with the alleged victim, witness, or complainant. No weapons, no drugs, and also if an order of protection or order of harassment is issued against you, you must follow those. Those are court orders. You are not to have any contact with the alleged victim. Even if they contact you first, just ignore them until after your next hearing if the next judge changes these orders. If they don't change these orders, keep ignoring them because a continued contact may create another Class 6 felony, which is aggravated harassment, and you don't want that.
Okay.
Okay. Your attorney's phone number is also on your paperwork. Please be patient as you are released today and be sure to follow those no contact orders.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank
Please
you.
have a seat. Bradley Faber, please come to the podium. Diana Espinoza. Oh, and then I'll read in the house. Please say your name and date of birth.
Bradley Faber, 6/26/83.
Okay, thank you, sir.
You're
You're
welcome.
here today because of a justice court case. It's alleged that you didn't give your true name. That's a misdemeanor. This court can't appoint an attorney for you because of the nature of the charge. You can hire one for yourself or represent yourself.
Okay.
Your next hearing is going to be at the Desert Ridge Justice Court on January 5th,
Okay.
and that's at 1:30 in the afternoon.
Okay.
You're going to be released today on your promise to go to that hearing. I've also included Desert Ridge Justice Court's phone number for you, so you can call ahead and find out what you need to do to be prepared to get this taken care of.
Okay.
Okay,
Thank
please
you.
take your paperwork.
Thank you.
We do have 3 house calls today. The first one is Diana Espinosa, date of birth 7/10/1997, and she is in a SWA. It's alleged that she violated her probation terms 3 and 5. An attorney has been appointed. Her next hearing is December 22nd, 8:30 in the morning, and she has a $50 bond. Her next person is Omari Wilson, and that is date of birth 2/7/1993. He is disruptive and not able to be in general population. So he has a municipal court warrant for extreme DUI, but it looks like it's a failure to pay, which is a misdemeanor, so he's not being appointed counsel. His next hearing is Goodyear Municipal Court on December 31st at 1 p.m., and he is being released OR. And the last person is Alexis Gasaway Gonzalez, date of birth 9/10/2003, and this person is in a SWA, also Superior Court arrest warrant, alleging theft or control of property on May 17th of 2024. So an attorney has been appointed to assist him. His next hearing is December 22nd, 8:30 in the morning. It is a $50 secured appearance bond. It is not my intention to return to this recording. If there are any changes, they will be reflected in the written orders. And so at this time, the 8 p.m. initial appearance calendar is in recess until 11 p.m.
All right.
Thank you. You may be seated. Good evening. This is the time set for the 11 p.m. initial appearance calendar on December 15th, 2025. The court's orders for the taking of DNA and fingerprints that were given on the first calendar of this month shall apply to all matters on this calendar. I will call you each one at a time to the podium. I'll provide a second name to sit in the chair outside of this room. I will let you know what you are here for, if I have appointed an attorney, if you have a bond, and what your release conditions are. I'm also going to go over the victim's rights advisement. If you are the victim of a crime with a case pending before this court, you are advised that you have rights under Arizona law that, among others, include the right to be treated with fairness, respect, and dignity, to a speedy trial, to be present at court proceedings, to choose whether or not to be interviewed by the defendant or the defendant's attorney, to be heard before the court makes a decision on release, negotiation of a plea, scheduling and sentencing, and to receive restitution from a person who is convicted of causing you loss. If you have not already been provided with a written statement of all victims' rights, please contact the Victim Services Division of the Prosecutor's Office. If we could start with Savannah Gonzalez to the podium and Lacey Riley to the chair, please. May I get your name and date of birth?
Savannah Gonzalez, July 17, 2001.
Thank you, ma'am. You are here today on 3 cases. You're here for 3 probation violation warrants. 2 of them are out of Pinal County Superior Court. 1 is out of Maricopa County Superior Court. For Maricopa County, they allege that you violated terms 3, 4, 5, and 15. I'm appointing an attorney and setting a probation revocation hearing December 22nd at 8:30 in the morning. In Pinal, I'm appointing an attorney and setting an arraignment hearing December 18th at 8:30. That will take place in Pinal County Superior Court. They will transport you for your hearings. In 1 case in Pinal, you have a bond of $1,000. In the Maricopa County case, you have a bond of $750. However, in your 3rd probation case, the one out of Pinal County, they are holding you non-bondable. So even if you were to post bond on the other 2 cases, you would not be released until you see the judge in Pinal County on the non-bondable case. All of this will be in your paperwork, ma'am. Did you have any questions?
No, Your Honor.
Please take a step to your left. The officer will get you that paperwork. Lacey Riley to the podium. Shane to the chair. May I get your name and date of birth?
Lacey Riley, August 18, 2004.
Thank you, ma'am. You're here today on a new case. It is for 1 count of aggravated assault, a Class 3 felony, 1 count of disorderly conduct involving a weapon, a Class 6 felony, 1 count of endangerment, a Class 6 felony, 1 count of discharging a firearm in city limits, Class 6 felony, and 1 count of criminal damage, a Class 1 misdemeanor. Probable cause has been found, and I am appointing an attorney to represent you. You will have a status conference December 22nd at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing December 24th at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $150,000. In the event you were to post that bond and secure your release, you would be released to the supervision of pretrial services and equipped with electronic monitoring. You also have written conditions. You may not return to the scene of the alleged crime, no contact with the victim, and you may not possess any weapons. All of this will be in your paperwork, ma'am. Did you have any questions?
No.
Please step to your left. The officer will get you that paperwork. Shane Baptisto to the podium. Edward Maldonado to the chair. May I please get your name and date of birth?
Shane Baptisto, 12/21/90.
Thank you, sir. You are here today because a direct complaint was filed. It has an offense date of August 1st, 2025. It is for 1 count of resisting arrest, a Class 6 felony, and 1 count of facilitating shoplifting, a Class 4 felony. I am appointing an attorney and setting a status conference December 22nd at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing December 24th at 8:30. In this case, you do have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $5,000. I do note you were picked up from the Department of Corrections. Are you currently still serving time?
Yes.
So since you're currently serving time, I don't recommend posting that bond. You would not be released from custody. You would be sent back to the Department of Corrections, and then you would miss your hearing and forfeit your bond.
your attorney on December 22nd at 8:30, okay?
Yes.
All right, if you step to your left, the officer will get you that paperwork. Edward Madondo to the podium and David Dunn to the chair. May I get your name and date of birth?
Edward Maldonado, 22886.
Thank you, sir. You are here today because a grand jury warrant was issued. It has an offense date of April 22nd, 2025 for one count of dangerous drug transportation, a Class 2 felony. I'm appointing an attorney to represent you in this case and setting an arraignment hearing December 23rd at 8:30. You do have a secured appearance bond in this case in the amount of $5,000. It does look like you were previously seen by this court on December 5th, and at that time you were given a bond of $10,000. If that still exists, that would be in addition to that bond. If you were to post bonds and be released from custody, you'd have written conditions. It does include not possessing any weapons or possessing any drugs without a valid prescription. All of that will be in your paperwork. Did you have any questions?
No.
Please take a step to your left. The officer will get you that paperwork. David Dunn to the podium. Nicole Moore to the chair. Can I get your name and date of birth?
David Dunn, 7/20/90.
Thank you. You are here today on a new case. This is for one count of criminal damage and one count of disobeying an order of the court, both Class 1 misdemeanors. Probable cause found, and I am appointing an attorney to represent you. You're going to have an arraignment hearing in the Hacienda Justice Court, December 19th at 8:30 in the morning. You do have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $2,500. In the event you were to post that bond and be released from custody, you do have written conditions. You may not return to the scene of the alleged crime, no contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness. You may not possess weapons, and you must obey the terms of the order of protection that has been issued against you. All of this will be in your paperwork, sir. Did you have any questions?
No.
Please take a step to your left. The officer will get you that paperwork. Nicole Moore to the podium, Benjamin Baker to the chair. May I get your name and date of birth?
Nicole Moore, 10/21/85.
Thank you, ma'am. You are here today because a direct complaint was filed. It has an offense date of April 24th, 2020. The warrant issued March 4th, 2025. It is for one count of theft obtained by misrepresentation, a Class 3 felony, one count of fraudulent schemes, a Class 5 felony, and 15 counts of false statement to obtain benefits, a Class 6 felony. I'm appointing an attorney to represent you and setting a hearing December 23rd at 8:30 in the morning. You do have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $1,000. In the event you were to post bond and be released from custody, you have written conditions. You may not possess drugs without a valid prescription, and you may not drive a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license. All of that will be in your paperwork, ma'am. Did you have any questions?
No, ma'am, thank you.
Please take a step to your left. The officer will get you that paperwork. Benjamin Baker to the podium. Jeremy Yazzie to the chair.
Hello, Your Honor.
Good evening. Can I get your name and date of birth?
Benjamin Lee Baker, 12/21/1988.
Thank you, sir. You are here today on 3 cases. It is 3 probation violation warrants with allegations that you violated terms 3 and 5 of your probation. I'm appointing an attorney and setting a probation revocation hearing December 22nd at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond of $500 in one case, $250 in the second, and $150 in the third for a total bond of $900. In the event you were to post that bond and be released from custody, you have written conditions. You may not possess weapons or alcohol, and you must contact your probation officer within 72 hours of release. All of this will be in your paperwork. Did you have a question?
Yeah, I did. I was actually in rehab. Like, I left down here from CBI near Cass and in rehab when they put out those warrants. I just had, got out of the rehabilitation center I was in CBI, and was right down the road at a Safeway when they stopped me and said, you can't be here. We're going to, have you move down the road. It was the middle of the night. I just had sat down there, and they told me that I had 3 warrants for probation violation. That's where I was like, what? I just got out of the rehab. And they're like, well, they've been out for a while. So, I was kind of confused because they recommend me to go to the rehab when I went out of the county, and that's what I did. I've had no other issues and kind of was surprised that I even had the warrants because, I was already down there out of the city that I'm used to, and instantly, was trying to get a job and get on my feet and get back here right away. But I let my probation officer know that I was having some issues near Cass, And you know what I mean? Some safety concerns with other people messing with me, that if I was not in touch with him right away, that I, was gonna possibly be going to a rehab. And, I have no cell phone, no way of contacting him, and no family really. So, I mean, I was kind of surprised that because like I was down in rehab, even during the rehab, that they had put those out.
Okay, so it is, terms 3 and 5 are essentially that you failed to communicate with your probation officer, and then also that they indicate that you did not provide safe access or unrestricted access to your residence, and that your whereabouts have been unknown since September 23rd, 2025. That is their allegations in that. You can talk to your attorney about the allegations that they've listed at the hearing on December 22nd, but that's currently what they're alleging, and that's the result.
I was homeless, but I had a safety net. That was my grandmother's sister's house where I can get mail. Like, I did not live there. So, I mean, I can't give them access to any place other than where I'm at. I told them, like, I'd be trying to get a hold of them. My homelessness has been pretty serious. Like, I have no phone. I barely have clothes. I'm still trying to get a hold of a job. I did get an ID, but that was stolen from me when I was jumped. Like, I have no clothes. I have no nothing. That's why I went to the rehab. I mean, I don't necessarily have an addiction problem. I don't anymore. Like, I'm trying to get on my feet, and there's not much I can do to make people hire me or get a job or make money. I have no family. I have nobody, so.
Right, and so right now the concerns, according to the allegations in this, is just keeping in contact with your probation officer. So all of the concerns that you have here today, talk to your attorney about that, and they will determine at the next hearing potentially whether or not they're going to reinstate you on probation or if they're going to revoke that probation, okay?
Because I've kept in touch the best I could, and I told them if there's any reason I don't keep in touch with you in the next week or two, it's because I'm having safety issues, and, I'm going to try to get into a rehab. So that's kind of weird that I had this, warrants put out, that to me anyways.
Okay. Yeah, definitely relay that to your attorney, and they can utilize that information when the court is determining whether or not they're going to reinstate your probation, okay?
Right, okay.
All right, please take a step to your left, and the officer will get you that paperwork. Thank you, sir. Jeremy Yazzie to the podium and Roger Porter to the chair.
How you doing?
May I get your name and date of birth?
Jeremy Yazzie, 1/17/84.
Thank you, sir. You are here today on 2 probation violation warrants that were issued with allegations that you violated terms 3 and 5 of your probation. I am appointing an attorney to represent you and setting a probation revocation hearing December 22nd at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond of $250 in each case for a total bond of $500. In the event you were to post bond and be released from custody, you'd have written conditions. You may not possess weapons or alcohol, and you must contact your probation officer within 72 hours of release. All of this will be in your paperwork, sir. Did you have any questions?
No questions, just wanted to make a statement. I am employed in the San Carlos Apache Reservation, and I have paperwork right here, but the bailiff said they don't mean nothing. I was transferred from Gila County, where I've been incarcerated for over 2 months, and I've been sober over a year since the last time I was picked up here in Phoenix, and I was arrested 3 times on the same warrant that my attorney did not quash. And going back and forth, Gila County to Maricopa, I can't be in one place at one time. I mean, both places at once, and that's what the situation was. Like, I was on the ankle monitor from here. I was down in Gila County, just released. I went to court at 1:30, and they wanted me to be here at 8 o'clock at night. And then show back up to court for Gila County the next day. Back and forth. I wasn't able to do it.
The warrants you have today aren't for missing any hearings. It's for not being in contact with your probation officer since February of 2025.
Yes.
So it's not that you missed a hearing, it's that they're alleging that you haven't stayed in contact with them. But definitely talk to your attorney about any concerns you have at the next hearing, where they may determine whether or not they're going to reinstate your probation, okay?
Okay.
Okay, please take a step to your left, and the officer will get you that paperwork.
When was the next court date?
Let me double check that, sir. It is December 22nd. Thank you. Roger Porter to the podium. Mr. Smith to the chair.
Morning, Madam.
May I get your name and date of birth?
Roger Porter, 05/27/1989.
Thank you, sir. You are here today on looks like it's a failure to appear warrant on a probation case. I am going to affirm the attorney previously appointed to represent you and set a hearing on December 22nd at 8:30. In this case, you do have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $500. In the event you were to post bond and be released from custody, you'd have written conditions. It will include not possessing weapons or alcohol and contacting your probation officer within 72 hours. And then you'll need to ensure that you attend all future hearings. If you fail to appear, another warrant would issue, and then you'd forfeit any bond you posted. All of that will be in your paperwork. Did you have any questions, sir?
Yes, ma'am. I have UTI school that I've been focusing on. That's the only thing that I probably missed the hearing on. I was in an exam. That was it, miss. I'm out right now on a bond for $500. Just trying to do as best I can to get my kids back because the probation took them, and they told me I couldn't do nothing until I finished school. I'm just a lot of stuff in my head. I'm doing whatever I can to get up off my ass and do it. I got to say, I apologize for missing court. I'm here now.
So you are going to have to post that bond in order to be released from custody. It does look like you previously appeared before the court for probation violation. Was that earlier today?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. They are asking me to hold you non-bondable. I'm not going to do that, but I'm also not going to remove the bond on the warrant, so you will need to post that in order to be released, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Thank you, sir. Please step to your left. Mr. Smith to the podium and Mr. Zavala to the chair. May I get your name and date of birth?
Mikayla Kobe Smith, July 15, 2000.
Thank you, sir. You are here today on a probation violation warrant with allegations that you violated term 1 of your probation. I am going to appoint an attorney and set a probation revocation hearing December 22nd at 8:30. You do have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $250. I do note you were picked up from the Department of Corrections. Are you currently still serving time?
Yeah, I got another 4 or 5 years.
Okay. So don't post the bond on this case. If you did, you wouldn't be released from custody. You'd be sent back to the Department of Corrections. You would miss this hearing. You'd forfeit the bond, and you'd get another warrant. Wait and talk to your attorney on December 22nd to see how they want to move forward with your case, okay?
All right, thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Zavala to the podium. Taya Moncrief to the chair. May I get your name and date of birth?
Aaron Yanis Zavala, 1/14/1985.
Thank you, sir. It does look like you are here today for a failure to appear bench warrant for a pending aggravated DUI charge. It does look like you were previously in custody on December 12th, which is the date and time of this hearing. I do note you're still in custody on the charges that you were seen for on that date. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to affirm the attorney previously appointed to represent you on this case. I'm going to set a status conference December 18th at 8:30. And then I'm just going to put what's called a placeholder bond. It's $50 because you're already in custody on the other case. And I believe you're being held non-bondable until your evidentiary hearing on December 19th. So you're going to see this judge December 18th, and they can decide how they want to proceed on this case. But again, because you can't post bond because you have to wait until that evidentiary hearing, I'm just going to put a placeholder bond. That just ensures you get transported for all your hearings, okay? Any questions?
No.
Please take a step to your left. The officer will get you that paperwork. Ms. Moncrief to the podium. Mr. Cooper to the chair. May I get your name and date of birth?
Tia Moncrief, 9/30/83.
Thank you, ma'am. You are here today on a failure to appear bench warrant that was issued for you. It does relate to a pending case for drug charges. I'm going to affirm the attorney previously appointed to represent you and set a status conference December 22nd at 8:30. You have a cash bond of $50. In the event you post bond and are released from custody, you have written conditions of release. You may not possess any drugs without a valid prescription. You may not drive a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license. And then you'll just need to ensure that you attend all of your future hearings. If you were to fail to appear, another warrant would issue and you'd forfeit the bond you posted. All of this will be in your paperwork, ma'am. Did you have any questions?
Yeah, I was trying to go into a detox center when I had got picked up. I was in Payson. I was going to the Mogollon Rim, but I had gotten picked up, so I didn't get to go there. So that's what I'm trying to do, honestly. And I have another court date on the 22nd in in Payson.
Is it through the Superior Court or through a Justice Court?
I'm not sure. I picked up a paraphernalia charge.
I'm sorry?
I picked up a paraphernalia charge.
Okay. Paraphernalia can be charged misdemeanor or felony, so I'm not sure without more information.
Okay, but I have another warrant too, out of Pinal. It has a $2,500 bond.
Have you been seen on that?
No.
Then what will likely happen is when they run your name again, they'll find that warrant and they'll bring you back in here if you do in fact have a second warrant through Pinal County. If that is the case and you post the $50 bond and then they go to release you and they find that, they're going to bring you right back in here to address the Pinal County warrant. So you may want to mention to the officers when you get to processing so they can just get that addressed with you.
Right. There's no way to just do like pretrial services or be released to a detox center? Or
I can't release you to
like
a detox center, and because you failed to appear at your sentencing, and then it sounds like you might have another warrant. If you do have a warrant with Pinal, we would likely just affirm that, and then you would have to deal with this case here. You would be transferred to Pinal. So it may be a little bit depending on what's going on with all of your cases before you can be sent to a detox facility. You can talk to your attorney on December 22nd when you meet with them as it relates to this case, because it looks like you just missed the sentencing hearing. So you've already either been found guilty or pled guilty on this case. So that may be something they can consider when it comes to your disposition, but you are going to have to take care of your other cases in Payson as well as Pinal as well.
Okay, the one in Payson I was OR'd on, but I have a court date for the 22nd already.
Do you have the information with you so you can call them?
I don't have it with me, no.
Okay. I mean, you're kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place. Now you've got 2 hearings on December 22nd.
Okay.
If you post the $50 and get released, then you could contact one of the courts and let them know.
Right.
But if you have that Pinal County, you're just going to be brought back in on the $2,500 bond that you indicated you have. My paperwork is going to include the public defender's office. You may want to contact them to see if there's something they could do to assist with making sure you can appear at both hearings or get something filed to move one of them. Unfortunately, there's nothing I can do right now, though.
Okay.
Okay? Please step to your left. The officer will get you that paperwork. Mr. Cooper to the podium, Ms. Moreno to the chair. Can I get your name and date of birth?
My name is Damian Cooper, May 16, 2002.
Thank you, sir. You are here today on a new case. It is for 1 count of possession of a weapon in a drug offense, a Class 4 felony, 1 count of drug paraphernalia possession, a Class 6 felony, and 1 count of carrying a deadly weapon and failing to admit, a Class 1 misdemeanor. Probable cause has been found, and I am appointing an attorney to represent you. You will have a status conference December 30th at 8:30, a preliminary hearing January 2nd at 8:30. I am going to release you to the supervision of pretrial services. You will have written conditions of release. You may not possess drugs without a valid prescription. You may not drive a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license. You're also getting an envelope with your paperwork. You'll need to make sure you read those instructions and contact pretrial services upon your release. All of this will be in your paperwork. Did you have any questions?
Yes, ma'am. I was never found with drugs on me, so I wanted to verify that. I'm able to fight the paraphernalia and the drugs that
So you're not being found guilty today, so that's why I've appointed an attorney so they can address any of your concerns. However, you're not being charged with having drugs on you. You're being charged with drug paraphernalia possession. But again, you can talk to your attorney about any concerns you have, but as of right now, there are no charges for any drug possession.
Yes, ma'am.
All right? If you'll step to your left, the officer will get you that paperwork. Ms. Moreno to the podium. Ms. Wade to the chair. Can I get your name and date of birth?
Marissa Moreno, 6/11/90.
Thank you, ma'am. You are here today because a direct complaint was filed. It has an offense date of February 19th, 2024 for 1 count of narcotic drug possession, a Class 4 felony, and 1 count of drug paraphernalia possession, a Class 6 felony. I'm appointing an attorney to represent you and setting a status conference December 30th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing January 2nd at 8:30. I am going to release you today on your own recognizance, subject to the supervision of the Adult Probation Department.
Okay.
You do have written conditions of release. It does include not possessing weapons or alcohol and contacting your probation officer within 72 hours of release. That will be in your paperwork, ma'am. Did you have any questions?
Okay, so just contact the numbers within 72 hours.
Yep, just make sure you contact your probation officer. If you have their direct line, you can do that. Otherwise, the main line will be in the paperwork I'm giving you. Contact them within 72 hours of release, and then ensure you go to these hearing dates that'll be on your paperwork. If you miss any of those hearings, a warrant would issue, and then you would be held on bond, okay?
Okay.
All right,
thank
you, ma'am. Ms. Wade to the podium. Ms. Urias to the chair. Can I get your name and date of birth?
Yeah, Tyler Ezekiel Wade, 2/17/97.
Thank you, ma'am. You are here today on two cases. You're here on a new case as well as a direct complaint. Your new charges are for 2 counts of drug paraphernalia possession, a Class 6 felony, 1 count of shoplifting, a Class 1 misdemeanor. The direct complaint that was filed has an offense date of June 22nd, 2021. This warrant issued in October of 2022. It's for 1 count of narcotic drug possession, a Class 4 felony, and 1 count of drug paraphernalia possession, a Class 6 felony. On your new charges, I am finding probable cause, and I am appointing an attorney to represent you in both cases. You will have a status conference December 30th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing January 2nd at 8:30. That applies to both cases. I am going to release you today on your own recognizance. That is your promise to appear at these hearings. You do have written conditions. You may not possess weapons. You may not possess drugs without a valid prescription. You also need to ensure you attend these hearings. If you miss any of these hearings, a warrant will issue, and then you will be held on bond at your next hearing. Okay. Do you have any questions, ma'am?
Yes, so on December 1st, I sent in a motion to quash the warrant for that 2002 warrant. I think I did it right. Is there anything in the system about that? Because I sent one to the Attorney General and one to the judge.
It does look like a minute entry issued December 10th stating they have reviewed your motion. The warrant remains active, but they set a hearing on December 19th at 8:30 in the morning.
Okay.
So go to the hearing on December 19th at 8:30 in the morning. Take your paperwork I'm going to give you.
Okay.
They may change the hearing dates. Since you're going to be seen on the 19th anyways, I'm giving you the dates of December 30th and January 2nd. So just bring those with you. It'll be in the system, but just so you can make them aware that you were seen on that warrant and that these dates were given to you. But if you fail to appear at the December 19th, you're risking another warrant being issued, okay? All right. Anything further?
I'm good.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Ms. Urias to the podium. Ms. Fernandez to the chair. May I get your name and date of birth?
Emily Guevara Diaz, August 29, 2004.
Thank you, ma'am. You're here today on a new case. It is for 1 count of disorderly conduct, a Class 1 misdemeanor, and 1 count of assault, a Class 3 misdemeanor. Probable cause has been found. However, due to the nature of your charges, you're not entitled to court-appointed counsel. You're going to have an arraignment hearing in the El Mirage Municipal Court on December 30th at 8:30 in the morning. I am going to release you today on your own recognizance. That is your promise to appear. However, you do have an alleged victim in this case, so I caution you to read your release conditions very carefully. You may not have any uninvited contact with the alleged victim, so if the alleged victim does not consent to contact, you may not contact them. If you reside at the same location as the alleged victim and they do not consent, you must find an alternative residence. You are able to contact law enforcement for 1 civil standby to collect any personal belongings if you need to do so. All of that will be in your paperwork. Did you have any questions?
So that means I'm going home? Or
do you reside with the alleged victim?
What does that mean?
So I believe the incident took place between you and your sister, correct?
Yes.
Do you reside with your sister?
Like,
do you live with her?
Oh yeah, but my mom said that she like kicked not kicked her out, but like she went with her friends.
So you're saying your sister may have moved out?
Yeah. Yeah. I called her right now and she said that she's not home. Like she's staying with her friends.
So here's what my orders are. You cannot, if your sister does not agree to be in contact with you, then you cannot be in the same location as your sister. If that means your sister comes back home to where you both live, you will be the one responsible for leaving during the pendency of this case, okay?
Okay.
Anything further?
No.
Okay, if it's up to your left officer, we'll get you that paperwork. Ms. Fernandez to the podium. Ms. McKee to the chair. May I get your name and date of birth?
Cecilia Fernandez, April 8th, 1995.
Thank you, ma'am. You are here today on a new case. It is for one count of narcotic drug possession, a Class 4 felony, and one count of drug paraphernalia possession, a Class 6 felony. Probable cause has been found, and I'm appointing an attorney to represent you. You're going to have a status conference December 30th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing January 2nd at 8:30. I am releasing you today on your own recognizance. That is your promise to appear at these hearings. You do have written conditions. You're not to possess drugs without a valid prescription, and you may not drive a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license. All of that will be in your paperwork, ma'am. Did you have any questions?
No.
Please take a step to your left. The officer will get that paperwork for you.
Okay.
Ms. McKee to the podium. Edgar to the chair. May I get your name and date of birth?
Junior McKee,
And your date of birth, ma'am?
10/28/79.
Thank you. It does look like you are here today on two cases. You're here for a new case as well as your probation case. Your new charges are for one count of narcotic drug possession, one count of dangerous drug possession, both Class 4 felonies, one count of drug paraphernalia possession, a Class 6 felony. And because you were on probation at the time you were picked up for this offense, you're here on your probation case for a Term 1 violation. For purposes of today, I'm not finding probable cause for the narcotic drugs. I am finding probable cause for the other drugs and the Term 1 violation. I am appointing an attorney to represent you. You are going to have a status conference December 30th at 8:30, a preliminary hearing January 2nd at 8:30. You're also going to have a probation revocation hearing December 22nd at 8:30. So you have 3 hearings coming up in the downtown Superior Courthouse. I am going to release you today on your own recognizance, subject to the supervision of the Adult Probation Department. You have written conditions of release. You may not possess weapons or alcohol, and you must contact your probation officer within 72 hours of release. All of this will be in your paperwork. Did you have any questions?
No.
Please take a step to your left. The officer will get you that paperwork. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Good evening. Do I have a Spanish interpreter on the line?
Good evening, this is Nicole. I am the Lion Bridge Spanish interpreter, ID number 5344. I am ready for your instructions.
Thank you, Nicole. We do have one case, and if we could start by calling Edgar to the podium, please.
Okay, perfect. Buenas noches, seré el intérprete de español. Llamamos a Edgar al podio, por favor.
Good evening, sir. I do have a Spanish interpreter on the line. I do ask that you wait for her to translate before responding.
Buenas noches, señor. Tengo una intérprete de español en la línea. Le pido que por favor usted espere a que ella traduzca antes de responder.
Okay.
May I please get your name and date of birth?
Por favor, ¿me podría decir su nombre y fecha de nacimiento?
Edgar Jiménez y el octubre 31 de 1980.
Edgar Jiménez, October 31st, 1980.
Thank you, sir. You're here today on a new case for one count of aggravated assault, a Class 3 felony.
Gracias, señor. Usted está aquí por un tipo de caso, es por asalto agraviado y un crimen grave.
Probable cause has been found, and I'm appointing an attorney to represent you.
La causa probable ha sido hallada y yo estoy asignando a un abogado para representarlo.
You will have a hearing December 22nd and December 24th at 8:30 in the morning.
Usted tendrá una audiencia el día 22 de diciembre y el día 24 de diciembre a las 8:30 de la mañana.
You have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $10,000.
Interpreter speaking, just to confirm, the amount is $10,000, correct?
That is correct. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Bien, usted tiene una fianza de comparecencia cuya cantidad es de $10,000.
In the event you post bond and are released from custody, you have written conditions.
En el caso de que esto se posponga y a usted se le dé la libertad de nuestra custodia, usted tiene condiciones escritas.
You may not return to the scene of the crime or contact the alleged victim.
Usted no puede regresar a la escena del crimen ni puede contactar a la supuesta víctima.
All of this will be in your paperwork. Did you have any questions?
Todo esto estará en sus documentos. ¿Usted tiene alguna pregunta?
Nada más, ¿cuándo podría pagar el bond?
I just want to know, when can I pay for the bond?
You will be taken to processing here in the next few moments, and they'll give you the instructions to do that.
Lo van a llevar para procesarlo aquí dentro de los siguientes momentos y ellos le van a dar las instrucciones para hacer eso.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. If you will step to your left, the officer will get you that paperwork.
Okay.
Gracias, señor. Si se retira, el oficial le va a dar sus documentos.
And that does conclude our Spanish matters. I do appreciate your assistance this evening. Feel free to disconnect at your convenience.
It was my pleasure. Thank you for calling Lionbridge. Interpreter 5344 disconnecting.
I'm going to take a quick recess to handle 2 warrants, and then I will proceed with our next. Are we back on the record? Okay. Can I have Ryan Carroll to the podium? Can I get your name and date of birth?
Ryan Francis Carroll, March 12th, 1991.
Thank you, sir. It looks like you are here today because a warrant issued from the state of Nevada for a probation violation, and they have indicated that they do want to extradite you back to Nevada as it relates to this case. I note that you are currently in custody and have been in custody since December 12th, and you're currently being held on bond in those pending cases. In this particular case, you're going to be given an option, and your first option is you can say, yes, Nevada, I'm ready to be taken back to Nevada and be extradited there to address these charges. However, if you were to do that, you would be held non-bondable here in the Maricopa County jails for up to 30 days, giving Nevada an opportunity to pick you up. However, that 30 days would not start until you conclude your pending cases here in Arizona. In the alternative, you can say, you can demand that the governor of both Arizona and Nevada sign a governor's warrant before you're ordered to return back. In that case, I would set a hearing here in Maricopa County, December 22nd at 1:30 in the afternoon. It is civil in nature, so you would not be entitled to court-appointed counsel at that hearing, but you could hire an attorney at your own expense. Because this is a probation violation, you would be held non-bondable during the pendency of that case as well, and it takes about 60 to 90 days under that process. Do you know what you'd like to do here today?
What's outcome option 2? What is that for?
So if you're saying you don't believe that you should be extradited back to Nevada for this probation violation, then you would have a hearing set here, and both governors would have to sign an order before you were returned there if they felt like it was appropriate.
Okay, so I can work out a deal with them if I'm gonna do some time here or something like that, so they can run it consecutively or something like that?
You can talk to the judge that handles those, if you were to choose that route on December 22nd. I'm not sure what all you could negotiate at this point.
Okay.
But you definitely could discuss that as an option with the judge who hears these cases if you want me to go ahead and set a hearing here on December 22nd at 1:30.
Yes, I would like that, thank you.
Okay, so we'll set that hearing, December 22nd at 1:30. You will be held non-bondable. So I know you have bonds on your other cases.
Yeah,
Even if you were to post those, you wouldn't be released now because you're being held non-bondable on this case, okay?
I understand.
All right. If you'd like a seat in the gallery, the officer will bring you out your paperwork.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, sir. The remaining cases will proceed as house calls due to being combative or not following orders. Case number 20, Justin Collins, date of birth August 30th, 1992, is here on the new case for 1 count of criminal damage, a class 6 felony. Probable cause has been found, and I am appointing an attorney to represent him. He is going to have a status conference December 19th at 8:30, an evidentiary hearing December 22nd at 1:30, and a preliminary hearing December 24th at 8:30 in the morning. Because he was out on felony release at the time of this offense, he is not eligible for bond. The time set for December 22nd at 1:30 is the time set to determine if bond will be set on these charges. All of this information will be in his paperwork. Case number 21, Iban Hassan, date of birth November 28, 1969, is here on a failure to appear bench warrant for a pending DUI and drug charge. I am affirming the attorney previously appointed to represent him and setting a status conference December 22nd at 8:30, a preliminary hearing December 24th at 8:30. I am affirming the secured appearance bond in the amount of $1,000. In the event that bond is posted, he has written conditions. He may not possess weapons or alcohol. All of this will be in his paperwork. Case number 16, Legend Holden, date of birth September 13th, 2002, is here on a new case for 1 count of criminal trespass, a class 6 felony. Probable cause has been found, and I am appointing an attorney to represent him. He'll have a status conference December 30th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing January 2nd at 8:30. I am releasing him to the supervision of pretrial services. In the event he does post bond and is released, he has written conditions. He may not return to the scene of the alleged crime, he may not contact any victims, and he may not possess any weapons. All of this will be in his paperwork. If anything changes after I meet with these parties, I will update the written record. This does conclude our 11 p.m. calendar, and we will now stand in recess until 2 a.m.